everybody.
Hello, hello.
Welcome
To our Wednesday Wisdom Live with Puša Studios.
That's right. That's true. This is right.
From hot and muggy Montreal.
Yep.
Welcome. It's plus 35 with humidity, and it's not nice.
If you need to compare to convert it into Fahrenheit or whatever, just think of stinking, rotted, and gross, and that's pretty much the temperature right now.
Sticky, hot, and can't breathe.
Yeah. But yeah, that pretty much sums it up.
So if we turn into raisins after the show,
raisins
or by the end of the show, all 901.
I'm hoping I might have a little issue here. Let's see here. Oh, that's what I figured. You just keep talking for a second while I'm doing that because I'm trying to set the. It's us hearing them. It's got nothing to do.
Oh, okay. Well, hello. So we are in our Wednesday already. This week has passed so quickly. Well, almost. We are, how they call it, hump day. I never know why. Well, I do, but that sounds weird. So it's the middle of the week, and hopefully it looks better closer to the weekend. Although for those of you who are in the US, it's just your second work day today. So
guys, bear with me for 1 second. I'm just going to hit play here and make sure that we're set up for sound. Sorry about that. Yep, we're good. Okay, perfect. Sorry. And we're off to the races.
And and today we're going to have amazing show because we are going to be talking food.
That's right.
I hope you had your suppers already, or you are in the middle of making it and eating it while you are going to be listening or watching our show, because it's going to be yummy. We're going to have Southern Food Junkie talking everything about barbecue.
It's going to be good, guys.
Everything about junk food.
Yeah, like she said, she's right. Make sure you got a snack with you, anything at all to get you through it, because it's not going to be easy to watch.
Yeah, my goodness. Yeah. Watching his videos and rewatching them again today, I'm like, oh my God, it's hot, but I'm hungry anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
As usually thought is not.
We'll kind of let our minds go through and think that we're at a cookout somewhere with lots of cold drinks and stuff.
Yes,
like that.
That's right. That's right.
And with that said, we'll open the thermos of coffee that my son brought me. That's piping hot. There you go. How's everybody doing tonight? I can't believe I'm doing this. I never drank hot stuff my whole life, and at 43 or whatever started. And I'm sitting here tonight with a parboiling, and I'm drinking hot coffee.
Well, apparently out east, on the eastern side of this globe, they are drinking hot tea when it's even hotter than this.
Yep.
I don't know how they do it. By the way, guys, if you are in a hot state or somewhere where it's hot today, how are you usually dealing with the heat in the summer? What do you do? Do you hide in your basement? Do you go to the beach? Do you just hope it passes quickly, or are there any tips that we should
lots and lots of air conditioning?
Yeah, we should prepare ourselves because this is just the first day.
Yeah, I know.
It's just the beginning of the summer, not even yet.
And a lot of states down south where it's hot like this, I mean, they don't have the cold that we have, so it's not such an adjustment period. That's one thing, but it doesn't mean it's not as hot for them either. They do.
Yeah.
You know.
I was very tempted to go get a ticket and go visit Bottle Caps today. It was plus 20 and a nice breeze, and he was picking strawberries from his yard. So, that sounds more like my weather, our weather, I think, in general. Especially summer in the city is not really the best. The pavement heats up, all the buildings are hot, so you're like on the frying pan.
That's
in the
true.
country, I don't think I mind it as much, but
I don't know. Still. 20 degrees is my happy season. I can live with that all year round and never complain.
Yeah, I think we're looking forward for 2 weeks of spring and 2 weeks of fall that we have here.
I'd like to make a shout out to Bottle Caps and his minivan comment. Cheers from Montreal and kiss my ass. There you go. Good to have you.
By the way, if you want to share some strawberries that he posted, that he sent me earlier this day, we have a share folder on our live folder, and we have some pictures there.
See, Passion saying in Toronto today was only 19 at noon. Wow.
Oh.
Graf Beer Pours, how are you? So good to have you here.
Cheers with a hot coffee.
Yeah.
Plus 35.
See, you guys did your best to try and teach us to get more. We should actually grab cold beer tonight. Would be better than this. We had so much fun with you guys on. For a last minute, you guys were so stellar. It was what a fun night. That was one of the funnest we've ever had.
Oh,
that
yeah,
was
my
as
God,
date night as it could be.
Fun.
Yeah.
Was so chill out and laughs. Like,
yeah,
you know, people were saying in the chat that their cheeks were hurting, and ours were as well. It was so fun.
But at the same time, too, I never want to take out the importance of what great people you guys are, and like you're great to talk to and stuff like that. Very interesting. You guys are the perfect package. We really had a great time. So thank you.
You need some cold drinks. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking that we might have one in the fridge that I might go and get in a minute.
Yeah.
But coffee's still good.
Yeah, I know.
We might switch to more caffeinated cold drinks.
We had the fan running, but I shut it down because we'll be getting too much noise right now, so I didn't want to interrupt for you guys.
My go-to drink is actually cold coffee in summer. I just make it at home. Just always keep a cold black coffee in the fridge and throw in some ice and
that's right.
And make it. But Andrew doesn't like cold coffee, so it's hard.
If it's cold, then I'll just go to water or something like that. Yeah, I really don't like the taste.
Hi, Stephanie. We're just gonna say hi in the chat because she is at work.
That's best friend with her breast.
Best friend with her breast.
Yeah.
That's a different version.
Yeah, because I'm like calling her breast friend in your thread, but I don't.
Yeah, cold coffee is delicious, and if you can dab a little Bailey's in it for a nice summer evening.
My hot drink, not hot drink, the drink for when it's hot, and I want to have a real drink, is Johnny Walker Red and 7-Up. Because if you're mixing, you don't need expensive stuff anyways, because the 7-Up's gonna kill it anyways. But that on some good ice.
I think we need
I know
the
bottle
fan
caps.
because I am afraid we are gonna have to.
You just want it and you're trying to put it on me.
No, I'm actually good, but I'm worried that we will have to call 911 by the end of this for either of us, either one or the other. Can you guys hear it? And see it blowing. Now my hair is pretty. See, it blows in the wind. Thank you.
Wow, everybody's coming in. Do you want to start acknowledging some of the people in the chat?
Yes. So hello, welcome, and let's see who is in. So best friend, hi in the chat. Ball caps, thank you for the strawberry pictures. That was very delicious.
And the recommendation with the wet towel in the freezer, that does work very good.
That's paramedic talks in him, I think. CeeLo, craft beer pours, Arvin the Pete Tourist, Juliet Miranda was in. Hello. Michael McReynolds, welcome back. I see you're starting to be a regular.
Yes.
So welcome.
Amazing.
And to see you. North American Trains, hello. Always great to see some train guys. Looking forward to Andrew getting out to get some videos of trains. Panic Day videos. Hi. How are you guys doing? Passion for hunting and fishing, taxidermy. Hello.
Yeah, he's been amazing. Like, I mean,
thank you for coming back.
He's already pushing 160 likes tonight. So
my goodness,
he's so amazing.
You are amazing. Steph Opel, honey,
hey,
welcome back.
How are you
doing? How are you doing? So great to see you, T-Strog, and of course, Carol the original. Thank you guys for coming in, and for those who are hiding behind the scenes, hi as well. Don't get too shy and say hi if you can in the chat.
Dole Whip Dad is here. I seen tonight you went to, I forget which channel it was, because I commented because you said you came because you met them in Puša Studios, which I love seeing that. That's always makes me happy.
Thank you so much. I'm going to go and get that cold drink, okay? I'll be right back.
And yes, guys, I was downloading the driver. I forgot. It's one of those things. You ever do that when you have like a burnout signal light and you always say you got to change it, and the only time you remember is when you're in the middle of a street and you hear that tick, 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 and you're like, I forgot again. Same thing with this tonight. I started downloading the driver for that stupid camera so I can take off automatic focus. But of course, I only remembered like 15 minutes before the show started. And of course, Microsoft, as always, throttles their downloads. So you might as well be back on the dial-up with them. You guys are absolutely awesome. So great to have you all in here. And like Xenia said at the beginning, I hope to God and everything above, you guys have something to eat when you're watching this. The only time I've ever eaten on here was the other night when we were with craft beer pours and the chips came out. Of course, we went all Canadian and got all dressed chips. And yeah, so it's not so nice for everybody listening at home. But with that said, I hope you guys have something to munch on, too, because there's lots of great food discussed. So it's going to be a great time for everybody. So there we go. Hon, I don't want that thing. Oh, God, women have to make such a production over everything.
Course.
Exhausting, more than the heat sometimes, I think. But thank you for the kind thoughts.
I'm not sharing the cold drink.
That's okay. There you go. What are you drinking? I thought you were drinking your cold coffee. Oh, I know what she's got. Yeah, you are sharing it with me. I forgot there's one of them left. Yeah, sorry to tell you. You can put on the tough act after when the camera's on.
I am sporting.
Yeah, this is cool.
I am sporting merch from Dark Angels and Pretty Freaks that we got yesterday, and we were unboxing it yesterday. That's Heroes and Heathens merch that they
cool?
sent to us. Yes, these amazing.
You're not holding it right on. Like that, and then you can hold it like this.
Of course, leave me some. And they sent us some. They sent us some stickers and also some guitar picks, also with their logo on it. And this is going to come in handy because we can hide a whole bunch of different drinks in this.
That's right. What was that, guys? You can't see it. You want to see what it looks like tipped again? Sure, no problem.
Well, see, I knew that you're going to do it, so I took a straw.
Well, what do I got? I'm going to start worrying about that by now.
No.
Good God. Jeez, a little late to worry about that. But anyway, at least you're getting heat stroke myself.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
So.
Yeah. So this.
Hey, ThinkShare's here. Hey, how are you?
Hello. Nice cozy. Yes, that was really amazing. We got 4 of these, and I know that they use them to hide their drinks when they're on their live. So we're gonna do the same.
Did you see the question? ThinkShare just asked, where could we send things for y'all to unbox? Well, we will definitely inbox you our address. I love that.
Yeah, ThinkShare was asking that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, perfect. Yeah,
love
just
that.
Send me a message on Twitter, and I will send you an address, and we can unbox. And we are planning on displaying it somehow here. Yeah. We have already a couple of amazing items. So we're always excited to share and to promote you.
One of our frequent patrons of this site, Ray Driver, had a live stream tonight. Mm-hmm. And he was talking to who I met there, a fellow Canadian called Let's Talk Mental Health. And this guy is absolutely amazing. Right away, he gets monitor. Thank you so much for coming. I want you to feel at home here, and you are absolutely awesome. I enjoyed that live stream, and I was trying to tear myself away from it because we had to set up here. Mm-hmm. But honestly, really great stuff. You're an amazing person. I like your open and candidness about everything, and couldn't be happier that you're here in the chat with everybody. Guys, like I say, we don't do sub-for-sale. We don't do all kinds. It's not an auction and whatever you want to call it. But we always encourage you to get to know your neighbors, and everybody here is great and awesome, especially got a blue wrench. And this channel here, definitely go check them out and show his channel some love if you can. It's really
and
good.
welcome to our chat. And Muskie Hans is in. Hello.
Hey, Muskie.
And we're also Bottlecap's asking for help.
Yes.
He's uploading the video of the amazing full moon UFO video, and is asking how to title it.
Yep.
Any ideas, guys? We can help a fellow YouTuber out. Hello, ATJH Travels.
How are you doing? Good to see you. Is this Andrew or Tracy?
Or both.
Or both, yes. I always forget to say that. That's right.
And if your daughter comes in, hopefully we're not going to ban her out again.
Oh, my God almighty. That was an awful... Wasn't meant to do that. God, I didn't realize till after when she told me. I was like, oh, no.
It happens. It happens. It was, I think they're understanding.
Because it was on the side. I didn't realize it, and she wrote quiet. And then I was like, oh, this is getting rough here. We don't want that tonight.
Yeah,
not realizing
I
it's a daughter, you know. So
you
see, I got your back right away, but I do deeply apologize that we did that to your daughter.
And yes, guys, if you can, press that like button. And if you really like us, share the stream. The more, the merrier. And the favorite part of mine, and not so much for Andrew, if you're too lazy to do that, just go to our Twitter. The link is in the chat right now. And reshare our post about tonight's stream. The more, the merrier. You want to know all the secrets about barbecue, right? You love Southern food.
Exactly. Guys, this is going to be great, even though Xenia uses the lazy thing to get us to do it, which
because
a real
if
great
you're
motivator.
too lazy, just don't do any of that, and we're going to be okay with that too.
And the same with gift card, like things you're asking, and everybody that's sent stuff already. It's absolutely phenomenal. It's so mind-boggling. We never thought we'd do a live stream till very long ago, and we used to watch unboxings and think that's so cool that people actually, you know, want them to see stuff.
Yeah.
But you never. I mean, if you guys come in here and you can tweet us out and stuff like that, that's all we've ever asked for. But to send us something like that really does mean a lot, but it's never necessary. But
no, definitely,
you know,
it's very kind of you guys, but it's not a must for by any means. But thank you for those who did.
Florida Pirate Adventures, Army matey, how are you? Love you. I always love his name. He's such a cool channel.
CeeLo, thank you for dropping in, and I hope you have a good sleep and good rest. It's always needed, life first, and if you need rest, please do that. It's important to take care of yourself first and foremost.
Obi Scott, I love some of this. Well, I'm glad to hear that you're in the right place.
Yeah, green beans, mashed taters, and mac and cheese. A good old homemade mac and cheese.
That's right.
That's the best.
Except I can't eat any pasta, but everybody loves it. So I'm still cheering you on. I think it's amazing.
I know Bottle Caps. He's probably uploading videos now, so he's not going to hear it. He was sharing with us some memories of having a homemade mac and cheese when he was a child. It was really delicious. So I want to know the recipes.
I love when you guys get involved like that. You guys got so many great stories and stuff like that.
Yes, that's right on. That's right on.
So good to have your stuff.
You are not good junkie. I really love to home cook. Well, our guest is cooking a lot of home cooked stuff, barbecuing. He's using smoker. He's fishing. He's hunting for his food. He reviews some of the junk food sometimes, but he cooks a lot. There's a lot of recipes on his channel, and I definitely want to know the secrets for barbecue.
Trish D, she's shocked about the straw.
Is the straw in? Yes, the straw is in.
I'm not much. I just drank out of it because she has one in there. Since we're not supposed to share any germs on top of that. Straw cozy is my girl that's slipping on.
Yeah, well, it's
slipping on. Excuse me.
It's caffeinated. That's all I can say. No. In this heat, I wouldn't want to have anything spiked, to be honest.
Oh my god! Like I say, if it was a hot day,
or margarita, maybe.
Yeah, margarita I could go for. I'm not much for sweet drinks, but one I do like is margarita.
Colorado Martini is going to be on next Friday.
Yep, that's going to be really cool.
So I think we're going to be repeating a little bit of Saturday and maybe.
Yes. Or cocktails. I think it's going to be I think I'm going for Johnny Walker this week. I think I'm going to do the Johnny Walker and 7-Up if it is hot.
Well, let's see the weather first.
And I'm a live wire on Johnny Walker, so buckle your seatbelts, folks. No, I shouldn't say. Canadian Club and Coke is my go-to dynamite drink. Instant gratification, you call that. We love. Oh my God Almighty, Tristy, you're so funny. We were just singing your praises a while ago.
Yeah, and by the way, yesterday, as we were talking, yesterday was Tech Talk Tuesday. Well, it was Tech Talk Tuesday and extra because we did unboxing of our cozies and etc.
Yep.
And then we did a really fun thing of summer vacation tag that we were tagged by Michael Freyer. And we were answering different kind of questions about vacation and travel, and people were chiming in and chat about that. So that was kind of fun. And then we were all discussing dash cams and different cameras. action cameras. So if you're
it was a good conversation, actually.
If you're interested in that, go and check that out in yesterday's stream. That's what we were doing yesterday.
Yep, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I always like when I'm learning something as well. Like I say, it's not a technically we're sitting there dictating to you guys. We don't have all the answers. But especially there's so many softwares out there, so many different cameras out there. So I love anytime I get some information from you guys. And last night was really informative. You did a great job.
Definitely. And also, I wanted to give a shout out to My Japanese Lifestyle UK, who did a shout out. He reached 250, well, now and counting, and did the shout out to us in his celebratory video. If you want to check that out and leave a like or a view, go ahead and check it out. Link right here.
He'll be on soon.
Yeah, he's going to be on soon as well, and it's much appreciated. And thank you so much for tagging us in Twitter, so I can't believe it lately. Like
we're getting all these things sent to us by mail.
Yeah,
we're getting all these call-out videos and stuff like that. You guys have no idea. It's worth its weight in gold. It feels good to have that, you know, and we're actually honored that you guys would take the time to do stuff like that. I need to fix my baby girl 3 days older food. Well, what? You have a 3-day-old baby? Did I read that right,
Pasha? Or the food is 3 days old. I don't know which one is it.
Wow.
TSN Gamer, hey. Hello, and Helos and Heathens.
Hey guys, how are you? Look what's going on here. I gotta hide my thermos out because
no, we're gonna get you another one.
No. I don't want to stretch it or anything like that.
Well, it's smaller than that.
You could put it in the sheet. Mine's bigger, so.
I don't know what he's talking about. Okay, so.
Here, I'll hold that. You need 2 hands on.
Okay, we're not turning into adult swim here, okay? Like we did yesterday, halfway through.
You're getting there. Oh, look at that.
There you go.
Show off your work. Right.
There you go.
Well, we got to hold it high enough at least I can see it.
So
it doesn't cover it all, but it works. Cheers.
Oh, you didn't realize it was Xenia with Violet. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, yesterday Andrew shared.
Yeah.
I was so happy to find Violet on one of the karaoke singing apps, and she was singing. So I decided to chime in, and we did a little co-op outside of YouTube. And Andrew shared that yesterday. So if you're interested in listening to that, you can go
very cool.
over and check it too. Violet has an amazing voice. So
my baby, she's at 3 days old, and I need to make her buttermilk.
Who is your baby?
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to figure out if it's a human or not. Hello, Ray Driver.
Ray Driver. Oh my God. I was just talking about you guys' live stream. Absolutely amazing. So good.
And WJ AutoWorks. Hello.
I have to thank WJ AutoWorks for today. He gave me a hand to change the brakes on well, I should say he did most of the work because he's a mechanic. So he changed the brakes and we on the back of the truck that I was telling you guys I inherited. And we had to get the kit for the handbrake as well because a couple of the pins were gone and that. So it turned out to be a little bit longer of a job, but he was a huge help. So thank you once again, buddy.
And by the way, we were talking before on Tuesday Tech, as I mentioned, about the summer vacation tag. We also nominated, or the chat chose together with us, a couple of people that we tagged in this challenge as well. And if I may list them, or did you want to add something?
Nope. Go ahead.
So the next ones to do the summer vacation tag is Bottle Caps, Down the Rabbit Hole, Touring Taste Buds, Mountain Survival, Joey, The Happy Canadian, Artem Orbit, and Jim Apple. Those that I just mentioned are the next ones to do the summer vacation tag. So look out for the videos, and we're going to be definitely tweeting them out as they come up as well. You just brought her home today.
Her name is Anastasia, he said.
So it's a human?
Yeah, I know. I feel like
so secretive.
Yeah, I feel like he's playing us as long as he can. Yes, happy trails. You'll have to get on that tag, so we're looking forward to it too.
Definitely.
Yep. Is Millie and Ashley here? Just seen somebody say hi to them.
Oh, yeah?
I hope so.
Yes.
Love having them here.
Yes, they are.
Welcome.
Are you on a live chat or top chat?
Live chat. Oh, there we come up
right
here.
There, Millie and Ashley.
How you doing?
Hello.
Is it the both of you? You guys reunited, or is it just?
No, I think you had to leave last week on Thursday.
Oh right, yeah, because when we spoke to them, that's right. It wasn't that long ago we spoke. Yeah. True.
Oh, you both are there.
Love it. Excellent. You guys were awesome too, by the way. We were just talking about past guests and stuff like that. To anybody who didn't hear last night, we're actually, thanks to Neil from Hail and Heathens, we're going to be starting our own podcast. And we're going to be taking all the streams that we do here and converting them over. So you guys are our guest already, and anybody will be a future guest is going to be on podcast as well. I'm just starting to convert them over. I don't have exactly where we're going to put them yet, but they'll go somewhere. Then I'll hint, Neil, I'll be talking to you again very soon. And Annalisa, oh my God, I pause at your name every time and it drives me crazy. I get stage fright. Annalise. Yeah.
It's not Lisa.
Oh, I said Lisa? Sorry, Annalise. It's like people do with your name. Mm-hmm. Like I said, Ray Driver, just like they say, like, I love your hey Andrew. Like no problem. So now I've learned how to put your name. It's always like I put Xenia and it's equals capital X, capital E, capital N, small a. So Xenia.
Oh.
Xenia.
That's an interesting way of
yeah. Trying to make it as phonetically possible as possible.
That's cool. Well, if it works, it works. So. Oh, really? You and your girlfriend have a new baby.
Thanks for backing her up.
And we just brought him or her home today. Okay, well, congratulations then.
Oh,
didn't say
yes, exactly.
Yesterday.
Sorry, well, I'm so amazing. God Almighty!
Get off the live stream. Come to your baby. We love having you, but.
Oh my God.
That's awesome. That's amazing. Well, congratulations. That's so cool.
And a beautiful name. And oh my God. Sorry about that. We weren't sure. Like the way you were saying it, it was so nonchalant.
Yeah.
We just wanted to. Really happy for you.
Yeah, there's lots of new comers into this world. Gator the Legend is going to have his third son on the 5th of June.
Yep, that's good.
So and lots of newcomers to this world. That's welcome. That's great.
How cool is that, eh?
Nathan Likes Drums is in too.
Oh, do I go to Twitter Hub?
Yeah.
Okay. I just realized the time.
Yeah, I know.
Talking with you guys, I'm so much fun. And the name is at the top.
Yep.
Okay. Why is everything working so crappy tonight? Yours?
Yeah, on and off.
There we go. Okay, so I'm going to send over that link right away.
Yeah, and let's see. And again, while we're waiting for our guests to join in, check out. Push the like button and share if you want, and if not, we can just chat around a little bit while we're waiting for our guest to come in and talk everything about food.
Poor guy, we got talking. I feel bad now.
Just tweeted this out. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
Those of you guys who did. Thank you so much. They have a 12-year-old and now 3 days older baby girl. Okay, a 12-year-old is a boy. That's an interesting gap. That's well, welcome back to parenthood. 12-year-olds need parents, but not as much anymore as a baby. So that's quite a change. Congratulations again.
Yep, really happy for you. Well, age gap, that's kind of like us. Like we have a 20-year-old, we have an 11-year-old, and a 7-year-old. So
yeah,
you know, nobody was stepping on each other's toes, let's say. So
yeah, definitely. And I mean, you know, they each take care of each other, so to say, as well. So that's really, and don't really argue because of the age gap. There's nothing really to argue about.
Well, that's what I mean. Like for standing on each other's toes, it really helped kind of make things seamless.
Okay. guys gonna bear with us here a bit.
Is there an issue?
Try to get our guest in.
Here, I'll look on this side here. Or okay,
no, yeah. I'm looking for this here.
Oh, okay. Oh my God, Rod Sinkler. How are you?
Oh my goodness.
Oh, you get a wrench right away.
Welcome. Good always to see the family and friends.
Yes, exactly. Cousin of mine. I'm sorry because I'm surprised. This is amazing. Cousin of mine, and he's was just retired. He served in the military for how many years, Rod? 27 or something like that. So good to have you here, and Sonia as well. I don't know what to say. You caught me off guard, but I love it. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. We are, by the way, if you didn't know, we're here every day except for Sunday.
Yeah,
8 p.m. Eastern.
We never go away. We're always around.
And right now we're trying to get our guest in.
30 years, 4 months, and 11 days.
Wow.
Say to you time and time again, my friend, thank you so much for your service. You did an awesome run for your country. Really cool guy, in touch because his last name, of course, is Sinclair, which is my on my mother's side. Her father was a Sinclair, and I went the other year to Scotland tracing the roots, which Xenia had done already, and traced us all the way back to, it was a French name at first, Saint Clair. Of course, from the brother who started a castle there, was one of the first ones to settle in France. Oh, Farmall Fanatic. Hey, how are you? Welcome back. How you doing tonight? Good to see you. Yeah, he's got these guys. You got a chance to check out his channel. He's got some amazing farm stuff. Like, I love it. I love it. You did the field the other day there. You were, yeah, I want to get the exact name. The plan, number 1, move the coop. Number 2, plant the field. And you were flying on that thing. Those old tractors, man, they boogie. We got to give you a moderator right away. There you go, my friend. So good to have you here. How you doing tonight? You have the number?
Okay, go on.
Looks good?
Yeah, we're trying to see.
Okay. I like that Farmall sighting, craft beer pours. Oh my God. This is the fun stuff of doing stuff live, guys. This is the way it goes sometimes, but it's just great to hang out with you guys. It's good to see you're getting to know each other. I know there's some newer channels in here. Definitely check each other out. We have a great list of people. Couldn't ask for better. So get to know your neighbor. Have a chat. Oh, welcome back, Florida Pirate. So we're on the big screen now. Got his internet back, so.
We're always on a big screen for Panic videos. We're always on their TV.
Craft beer pours. Formel drank a 30-pack tonight and doesn't feel a thing. Well, that man's my hero. Oh my God.
Okay, so we're trying to figure out some technical difficulties here, so stand by and don't go anywhere. Share it out and yeah. Marianne Donnelly, hello.
Hey.
Oh, no, you're doubling up. Thank you, much appreciated.
What?
You're on a different couch tonight. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Marianne is one half of Panic videos.
That's right. I thought she was already. That's why I was surprised.
Love the human or not baby. Congrats on the human baby. Well, yeah, it was so unbelievable. Like, so kind of. Well, yeah. And by the way, we have a 3-days-old baby. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Farmall Fanatic. The tractor I pulled the chicken coop with was 1940. Yeah, that thing was just motoring, man. Because those things are all geared so high. I loved it. I don't know, you're right up my alley. I'm so glad I found your channel. Thank you so much, Ray Driver, for sharing.
Thank
really
you for
appreciate
sharing.
it.
We're just waiting for our guest to figure out some technical things.
Formal. Bud Light is light. It's not just a name. Yeah, we drank. You can go back sometime and look at our Saturday night video with our champs. Was craft beer pours, of course, and they came on at the last minute and they were nice. They said, because he said we're gonna have a couple of beer because it's Memorial Day weekend, and Trish is like, they usually just drink coffee, and he's like, well, okay, then you can have coffee too. We're gonna have a couple of beer, and I'm like, no way. They're coming on. They're saving our asses. We're gonna drink beer with them. So I went to the store to get a taster pack. We don't drink very often. We're not waving no flags. It's got nothing to do with that. And so I'm like, okay, well, I need something a little crafty here. And I found this taster pack. And every beer, well, there was 2 that were at 5%. The rest were all 8 and 9.
Yes, it's true. That's so true.
Yeah. So it was a fun night. Yeah, we had some good laugh. Amazing time. And Trucking Studios. Hey, how are you? Good to see you. Missed you, man. Hey, how are you?
So sorry, guys. So sorry.
Not a problem. How are you tonight?
Okay. Things happen.
I'm doing good.
We're just happy you made it. You're in
Yes.
the car.
Yeah, I had to come in here because normally on Wednesday nights, my wife takes the kids to church and all, and so when we planned this, I thought the kids were going to be gone because it would be so loud in the house. So I said I'll come out here to the car where it'll be quiet.
Oh, we appreciate, but that would be okay. We have had families with kids as well, so we didn't have to hide in a car.
Maybe next time there ain't no telling, they might run by naked or something. Who knows? You know how kids are.
Yeah.
We know everything about it.
Yeah, we've had our daughter show up a couple of times and had to run her before she got in front of the camera, so we know all about it. She's kind of a free spirit at 7. So
that's right.
How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Can't complain really. How about y'all?
We're doing good. It's hot. We're not. Yeah, we're trying to adjust to the temperature right now, but hey, that's
the temperature out there.
Oh my God, let's convert it. What's the temperature right now?
Well, it was plus 35. I think it dropped.
That would be in the 90s, I think, 95 or something.
90s.
Yeah, but it's very.
Yeah, it was like 88 here today.
Oh, really? Wow.
Oh.
Yeah. So
yeah, 95.
But
we get a lot of. Do y'all have a lot of humidity there?
Yes, we're comparable.
Yeah, we have a lot of.
We're comparable pretty much with you guys down through Florida in the summer, but in the winter we go the opposite, and we have, like, right now is going to be close to plus 40, and then we have minus 40 in the winter, which would be around minus 40 Fahrenheit.
Okay.
So
it's been we've had that tropical storm, that's just made land down in Florida, so we're getting the outer bands of it here, and it's been really for the last 2 weeks. It's been extremely humid, and I would say some days it's been probably close to 100% humidity here. I mean, it's almost like you swim in the air.
That's crazy.
It's been really bad.
Do you get the hurricane season? Does it touches you as well, your area?
We always get the threat of it.
Yeah.
The last hurricane that we really had make landfall that really did any damage was back in '89, which was Hurricane Hugo. But I think last year there was a hurricane that they had pretty much predicted that it was going to come and hit us, but then at the last minute it changed course and hit Florida. Because South Carolina kind of juts out there. If you look on the East Coast, you have Florida, and then South Carolina kind of juts out. South Carolina and North Carolina together, and a lot of times they always come up through there, and they'll make landfall kind of, or that's what they predict. But we've been very lucky. We hadn't really had any and like I said, since '89. I
remember Hurricane Hugo for some reason because it was a massive storm, and I do remember,
it was really bad. Yeah, and I live pretty much in the middle of the state, but up towards the upper part of it. So I'm about 3 hours from the coast, and it made landfall in Charleston, which is pretty much, it's further down south on the coast. You have like Georgia, Edisto, Edisto and South Carolina. And it kind of come through Charleston and come right up through our town and then went on up through North Carolina and kind of dissipated on up towards Tennessee. It was a pretty big storm. It was a real wide storm too.
Wow.
Crazy. It's amazing how much they, I mean, because the moment they hit land, they start to lose their force, but it still comes in at such a force, some of them, that it can still make some havoc.
Yes, sir. It was like a category 2 by the time it reached us. And I mean, our house was shaking. I can remember I was 9 years old. I can remember it shaking the house and the walls sucking in and out. And I remember looking outside and seeing, I mean, we had some huge trees, and I remember, you know, I mean, we was out of power for like 2 weeks at our house. So it was bad.
Wow.
Rod was saying that he was asleep outside during Kogo, and it hit us hard in the training area while he was in the army.
Yeah, in the army. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Who was saying that?
Rod.
One of the commenters.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were outside when it actually hit, because he was in the army, and while they were in the training area, it hit him right outside.
It's a good way to get up and close and personal with a hurricane.
Outside sleeping. That's so nice.
That's right. Yeah, that wouldn't be good to be outside when it's coming through.
No. That's why I guess they always say to the men that go the step beyond. So hats off to them.
That's right.
So I guess we'll start with a little bit about yourself. If you want, I always put that's an open-ended question. So it's where you feel comfortable kind of starting about, if you want to talk about where you were born, raised, or like, you know, anywhere you feel comfortable, just kind of letting people know more about you.
Yeah, and also for those who don't know maybe about the channel, just a short.
Yeah, I was going to say that after, but yeah, okay, put that in. So it's a fun night getting to us.
So I was born, I mean, I was pretty much born in the area that I still reside in. There's a river that separates the counties. I've actually lived in 3 different counties within my state, but they all kind of touch each other, you know, if you can imagine that.
That's amazing.
But I was pretty much born here and raised here, and that's kind of how my story goes as far as like what I do on YouTube and my blog and everything. You know, it's like a Southern boy who is, you know, I grew up on Southern style food, Southern type food, and we didn't go out to eat much when I was a kid. We didn't really go on vacation much, and I mean, I don't really remember leaving South Carolina much, you know, until I got old enough to drive on my own. And that's kind of what, it's not just about me sharing Southern food with my viewers, but it's also about me spreading my own wings per se, you know, trying other types of food that I've never tried before, you know. And I'm very interested in that now. And, you know, as a kid, there's stuff that I probably didn't eat much of. Even, you know, like, you know, of course, fried okra is like, you know, a big thing in the South, and fried squash, stuff like that. And I didn't eat that as a kid, but as I got older, my taste buds sort of changed, and, you know, I love all that stuff now. I didn't eat onions. I love onions now. I still can't bring myself to eat mushrooms, though. That's one that I can't. And I'm trying to work on it. I try to make myself try them, you know, because I've heard somebody say that every 4 years you know, your taste buds change, and
yes.
You know, and I tried to keep trying it, and, you know, because I really want to like it, you know. But yeah, so I mean, I was pretty much raised in this area, you know. But I've traveled elsewhere. I've never flown before. Still to this day, that's something I still would like to do. But I've been all up and down the East Coast. I've been to Canada before, Missouri, you know, up through Kentucky, Chicago, Wisconsin. Pretty much everything from Midwest this way, I've pretty much have been to now by car or automobile. But
where in Canada have you been?
I went to Ontario. It's called. I think we were talking. Maybe it was. I don't know who it was. I thought I was talking. Maybe one of my other. I have some other friends that live up in Canada too, but it's called Nestor Falls, Ontario.
Okay.
You ever heard of that? Lake of the Woods. It's kind of like.
That you were going there for hunting.
That's right. Yeah, deer hunting.
See, sometimes that's the problem when the two of us do the show, because she'll go check out somebody and I haven't checked them out, and then we sound like we always got our foot in our mouth. So I don't know how many times I went to a place and I'm like, oh my God, I love so much what you're doing, and they'll write back, well, you said that 4 days ago, and it's like, oh, that was my wife. Sorry.
Yeah, we were talking about that on Twitter. That you were going.
Yeah, that's right.
That was quite a road trip there.
Yeah, and we drove. We pulled my truck with a 13-foot trailer and pulled 2 4-wheelers with us.
Oh
And we
wow.
had gear. We were planning on, if we tagged out, we were planning on going duck hunting. But
Nice.
some of the other guys didn't duck hunt, so I tagged out about midways, and then I ended up fishing the rest of the time off the. We actually stayed on like a 20-acre island, and this Lake of the Woods is it's nothing like what we have around here. I mean,
Mm.
it is a humongous lake, and it has all these little necks and fingers that pull off of the main channel, and some of those are like way bigger than anything we have down here. I lost my light.
I it
Can you
held up.
still see me?
No, but I can hear you loud and clear.
Let me see if I can. There we go.
There you go. That's what I was just gonna say. Pop the door and.
We'll need a boost for the car.
Yeah, we don't want your battery to die on you. Jeez.
It'll be all right.
I
Yeah,
like
but that was a nice area up there. It was nothing around. It was pretty much very rural.
That's Canada. No, that's Canada.
Yeah, I didn't know if everything was like that, but it was. There wasn't a lot of tall trees there like there is here. It's a lot of what I would call like scrub trees, you know.
Yes, because you were more north
Yeah.
of the side. Now, as you come more east, like back into Quebec and that, the trees get a lot higher. You know,
Okay.
it's the same as the States. It's you know, a very, very terrain. Yeah, in Ontario, well, even here more because of the provinces are so much bigger than states. Like we have a large
Yes.
landmass, but only 10 provinces across the bottom part. So, like Ontario, to go from the Quebec border to the Manitoba border, you're a whole day of driving, like just to go through one province.
Yeah.
It's a long
Man.
run. Like we were saying the other
I
night.
really liked it up there though.
Well, like you know, we're the second biggest country in the world by landmass, but our whole population is equal to the state of California. Like one state is the population of the whole country. So
Wow.
yeah, we're pretty. Yeah. There's a lot
Spread out, man.
Yeah, and 75% of us live within 100 kilometers of the U.S. border. So what, 70 miles, I guess, something like that. No, 60.
Yeah, the further north you get, the less populated it is.
Yeah,
Right.
that's right.
Yeah.
But now as the
It's
world,
less developed too.
but now the world's getting warmer, people are going to start moving into that territory more. You know, things are starting to open up there, and it's going to be a big change
Yeah.
probably in the next 50 years or so. Places that weren't so heavily settled, I see there's going to slowly start to creep up more in there, I think.
I got you.
Talking about going hunting, I have a question right away about food. Have you or do you cook wild game, and what is the best way to do it?
Yep.
I do cook wild game, and as a kid, we probably ate venison just about at every meal, and I mean I love it. It's very healthy meat for you. It's very low and it's very high in protein, but it's very low in fat. It hardly has any fat in it. Matter of fact, if you grind it a lot, some people do grind it and don't add fat, but some people will grind it and add like if they're making like hamburger with it, they will grind it and put beef fat in it, tallow.
Yeah.
Or if you're grinding it and you can make sausage out of it too. And if they grind it and make sausage, they'll add pork fat or lard to it. But my favorite way to cook it, if you get the tenderloin off of the deer, right?
Yep.
Tenderloin, just like you have on a cow or whatever, any kind of animal, chicken, whatever, they all have tenderloins. So you take that tenderloin, and I like to rub it with a little olive oil and put a little salt and pepper on it. And I like to put it on a grill, and you want to grill it hot and fast.
Yeah.
And I like to take a little bit of rosemary too, some sprigs, and lay off to the side and let that catch on fire and kind of smoke a little bit.
Oh.
And
Nice.
it's really good. It kind of infuses it with a little bit of that rosemary flavor.
Oh,
But the meat is just so a lot of people say it's gamey tasting, but I mean, right off the animal, right on the grill, just like that, and it tastes. I mean, you would not tell the difference that it's not like filet mignon. I'm telling you, it's so good. But you have to eat it a little bit rarer than
Yes.
Like if you're used to eating like well done steak, you can't cook it that because it don't have any fat in it. You have to cook it hot and fast and eat it a little bit rare.
Well, that's what I was going to say. It is trickier to cook because of that simple reason of the lack of fat. Like
exactly, yeah.
And moose is the exact same way too as deer. You know, there's no fat onto it. You know, they always say if you lived on it alone, you would starve to death because there's a ton of protein, but there's no fat to keep you going. You know.
Yeah. You know, that's something I've never had. I've had elk before. I've never had moose, but I've always wanted to try it.
I find moose, it's a little less gamey than deer. I like moose better myself, but I like deer as well. I don't know. Moose is, well, I mean, if anybody's ever eaten horse meat, it's pretty much moose with just add a little more gamey taste to it. You know, really.
Yeah. I've never had horse meat before either.
I had it in Iceland. They eat it there a lot.
I've heard other countries eat it a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like Kazakhstan and places that live off of it.
Yeah,
you know?
it has been a tradition for hundreds of years over there.
In Iceland, they have one thing that they love to eat, and it's a tribute to the Viking days when they're almost starving to death. Is the green shark, the Greenland shark? But the Greenland shark has no kidneys, so you can't eat it right away. It would poison you. And they hang it for about 6 weeks to ferment, and then they cut it in slabs. And Anthony Bourdain, the traveling cook, who eats all these gross things all over the world, said it was the most disgusting.
Yeah, I watch him sometimes.
He said it was the most disgusting thing he ever ate. So that's
and he loves all that stuff he ever eats, don't he?
Yeah,
that's
and he wasn't lying. It literally tastes like blue cheese sprayed with like ammonia. And
so why do they like it then?
I think it's like kind of that tough thing, you know, of it's to celebrate their forefathers who had to eat it, so they wouldn't.
The Viking tradition, nobody really enjoys it.
It's rough stuff. I can tell you that. I can vouch. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be because I'm very bad with gross foods. But we had a business in Iceland, and I was trying to, get along good with some suppliers, so I ate it against my own good.
Just trying to impress them, wasn't you?
Yes. Well, I'm like you. I grew up in a small town, so I know that farm boy trick of every time you get a new guy in, let's see if we can either gross them out or drink them under.
Yep.
So that's everywhere you go. Like even our uncles in Latvia in Eastern Europe do the exact same thing. So that's universal in all rural areas. I'm learning.
Yeah.
T-Strog was talking about blackstrap part. Oh, that's apparently is the best for those of us.
What is it called?
Blackstrap.
There's blackstrap.
Backstrap.
Yeah, backstrap bacon.
Backstraps on the.
Oh, there you go.
Backstraps on the. Yeah, backstrap would be on the top of the animal, and the tenderloin would be on the inside. You understand? Like the backstrap goes along the spine.
Okay.
And the tenderloin is on the inside of the spine, inside the rib cage. They're the same. They're the same muscle, but one pushes and one pulls. One's the outside on the spine, and one's the inside on the spine.
I have a question.
The backstrap, yes, backstrap's really good.
I want to ask you a question because you mentioned something a while ago. Because for us, when we hunt, if we get a moose or deer, we always hang it for about 10 days or so right after. Do you guys hang as well right away?
Yeah, we hang. Yeah, we hang.
And how long do you guys usually hang for?
There's different opinions on that.
Yeah.
Some people hang longer than others, but a lot of like the game chefs that I've watched, they still say that you should dry age it, just like you do beef. Makes it taste better. So we always dry age ours. Yeah.
I think it's better for it, but I mean, like you say, everybody's got an opinion on that one. There's no real law. I was just more curious what you guys did. That was a good point.
Yeah, we pretty much do that, and pretty much any kind of cut of meat that you can think of. With anything else, I'm from hot dog weenies to the jerky. They even make honey baked ham. You ever had a honey baked ham?
Mm-hmm.
There's a franchise here in the States called Honey Baked Ham. They take it, it's a spiral cut pork ham, and they glaze it, and then they put this candy coating on. They make a deer ham just like that with the candy coating on it. Yeah, it's so good.
That's interesting.
But bacon, I've never had the bacon. I'm interested to try that, because the main thing about the reason why people like pork bacon is because it has the fat gets crunchy on it, and it renders out. I always save my bacon fat, by the way.
Yes, my mother. Yeah,
yeah, I
me as well. Yeah,
me too. Yeah, I always save it. Yeah.
What you use it for?
Well, it depends. Sometimes I use it for gravies. Sometimes I use it if I cook like turkey or things like that. I use it to brush the breast so it doesn't turn out dry. So it's a whole different.
I like to fry eggs in it.
Oh yeah, yes, yeah. Well, everything tastes better.
Even
bacon,
if we're doing, I want to do my bacon first, take the bacon out, and then do the eggs in it right after. Like that was
exactly.
I love that. Yeah, man after my own heart.
Yeah, that's good right there.
Fried potatoes in bacon fat. Like you can't.
Oh man. Yeah, that would be good too. I hadn't tried that, but that would be good.
Yeah, a little bit of onion, you know, and diced potatoes, and just.
I know you're the man of the hour tonight for food. I just wanted to tell you one little thing my father came up with because she mentioned turkey.
Yes.
Oh, there he goes. I love this. I love anybody who's a trooper, and you are a trooper, my friend.
I appreciate it so much.
My father does the turkey every year since we were little, and I always thought that was nice because my father doesn't cook as much as my mom.
Yeah.
And then I realized it's because he never wanted to go to church when we were younger, so that was his way of getting out of it. Was always doing the holiday meal. So he was.
He's like, I cooked the turkey. You go on take the kids to church. I'll handle the turkey.
That's right. I'll be the good guy. I'll miss out. You know, poor me. And he came up with this idea. You know, when you do your turkey, you always put it on the grill, like the grate, to separate it from the fat as you baste it. Instead of doing that, he had his roaster. He would always go to the butcher every year and get him to cut a rack of beef ribs that would fit exactly in the roaster. So he puts the beef ribs down and then sits the turkey directly on top of it and cooks it for the whole run.
So the turkey's on top of the beef ribs.
That's right.
And so the fat renders out of the beef ribs and kind of baste the turkey.
That's right, and vice versa. All the turkey juice runs down into the beef ribs.
It with that liquid underneath from all the fat, and it's so good. And sometimes, like we put, and your father too, put like bacon strips. Covers the breast with bacon strips.
Oh yeah,
it's so good. Like you have never tasted the juiciest turkey breast.
We go after, but we go after the ribs mostly, and forget there's a turkey on the plate.
Y'all sound like y'all from the South, man.
Well, there is a lot of similarities, my friend.
Yes.
Well, you got to remember it's a cold climate, so their meals were always based here on heavy meals. Like the big fast food thing here is the poutine, which is a big thing of fries with cheese curds and gravy on top.
She was telling me about that, and I've seen that on, you know, like on Food Network and stuff. And I don't know anybody that serves it down here, but I want to try it so bad. It looks so good.
Well, you know what? Maybe we'll see if we can ship that cheese. I don't know if we can. If we can, we'll send you, because this is a cheese made in Quebec, and it's very salty. It's curds.
You can only get
and we'll see if we can
get we have I had never heard of the cheese curds before, but either last summer or last fall or the fall before, we went on a trip to western North Carolina, and there's a cheese factory up there called Ashe County Cheese Factory, and they actually made the curds, and I tried them. They're kind of waxy tasting, got a little bit of a waxy feel to them. And they now they, you know, all of our cheese here, they put like a yellow dye in it.
Yes,
it's for white. And they said in the fact, I didn't know this until I went to the factory, but they said that was strictly just a presentation thing. They just did it because people think the cheese should be yellow.
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't provide any kind of flavor or anything. There. It was just for the color.
It's just to produce.
So did they do that there too?
Yeah, here, like for instance, in Quebec, the province of Quebec, because every province is different. Here, for instance, all margarine has to be like a whitish color because they didn't want it to compete with butter. So of course, the dairy industry had this.
Yes.
So our margarine has a whiter color to it.
I can see that.
Yeah. So that was part of their marketing thing. So in the same, the cheese, not as much as the States, because I know they want it to all look like mostly like American cheddar color is what they're going for. But you do get it in a lot of things too. So here, we have a lot of the same things. Just you guys in the States have more of a variety of stuff. Where we maybe have, like, take cereal. We have 10 brands by Post. You guys have like sometimes 21. You know, especially all the limited flavors and stuff like that. We don't seem to get as much.
Yeah. We probably get.
What is this? Turducken?
Have you had
turducken? I've never had it, but I know what it is. It's like a turkey with a chicken stuffed inside the breast, and then a duck stuffed inside the breast.
Oh,
my
I've heard of
I got it
that.
wrong. It's turkey, then duck, then chicken.
Really?
They each are stuffed inside each other. Yeah.
Wow.
Or ducking.
That sounds crazy. That's oh my god.
And I'm not sure where that originated from, or who come up with that, or I don't know if that's a northern or southern thing, or where that come up from.
Well, yeah. How long you would have to cook all that?
Yeah, exactly. That's a meal and a half. I was just going to show you. I think some people have seen this already. This is something we eat with salmon every spring, a local. This is called fiddleheads.
Oh, I have seen those, but I've never had those either.
Yeah, we pick them. They grow where it floods in the spring. Once the waters recede, they grow along the beach. You got to be careful because some of them you can't eat. And we usually have them with salmon with white sauce with peas into it. And potatoes. That's kind of like a traditional.
Okay.
A lot of times with garlic butter, they're kind of like I don't know, asparagus and spinach and Brussels sprout, I guess. I don't know, something like that.
They're really good with fish, like with salmon. Yeah, or soup. Like
I knew Rod Sinkler. I knew he was going to say yum when he's seen them because we grew up in the same area. He's my cousin. I knew right away he would catch them. So.
We make what we call salmon patties a lot here. And maybe other areas call them croquettes, salmon croquettes.
Yep, something like that.
Nice.
So it's basically, and we use, the South, we use a lot of, it's bad to say, but they use a lot of processed stuff here. But the salmon that you mostly make it with it's not usually a fresh salmon. It's usually like a canned salmon, like a sockeye canned salmon.
Right.
And it's I don't know if it's been cooked in the can or how. I don't really know how it's prepared, but you take it out and it's pretty much like a whole section of the salmon that's just stuffed in the can. So you take it out and it'll still have the skin on it, and you pull the skin off, take the bones out, and then you put an egg and some a little bit of flour in there and fry them up in a pan. Now, people put onions in them and different things. I don't like the onions in mine because they tend to give it once the onions cook in the frying pan, it kind of caramelizes the onion a little bit, and it gives them a little bit of a sweet taste, and I don't like that. I like mine to be more, savory.
Okay.
But that's something I need to make. I need to make a video on that one day and put that on there. I think that would be.
I'd love to see that, actually.
Yeah, I haven't made them for a long time, like the way I know to make it, which I'm sure is different from the way you guys are making there. But yeah, fish cakes in general, it's so good.
We have them up in a lot in Eastern Canada. They call them fish cakes, and a lot of times they're made with codfish. That's kind of like.
I have tried to make it with tuna fish one time, and it tasted. It was pretty much tasted pretty good. It just wasn't quite as strong as a fish taste.
Yeah,
it was a little bit milder, Yeah, to me it wasn't as good. But in the South, particularly in the state that I'm in South Carolina, we have a lot of rice dishes. Because rice used to be very, very big here. Like when the people first settled here, it's lots of flooded, like coastal areas. So there's a lot of rice. There was a lot of rice fields here originally.
I didn't know that.
It was before cotton. It was before. The 1850s was like the rise of the cotton, the plantation with all the cotton. But before that, it was all rice fields down in the coastal regions.
That's
so like you have, we have like a dish called, like in the upper part of the state, we call it chicken bog, like B-O-G, chicken bog. Lower part of the state, some people call it chicken perlo, which is, and a lot of our dishes derived from like African descent, because of the slaves that were so, that was here in the South Carolina, which, that was a very like bad part of our history, but a lot of our culture come from those people, and to me, I'm thankful for that, that we got the influence of their culture mixed with, everything in here. So we have like the chicken bog is pretty much like a chicken dish. You take the whole chicken and you boil it, and different people do it a little different ways. I have seen people throw the whole chicken in the dish, like the bones and everything.
Okay.
But so it's mixed with rice, and then you use smoked sausage with it, and that's pretty much what it is. And like I said, some people throw the whole chicken in there with the bones and everything.
Right.
When you eat, you pick the bones out. You know, because the bones have a lot of flavor, but
yes,
we don't put the bones in there. We pick the chicken off, and you know, and then put the sausage in there.
Well, that's that sounds really good though. I think we've heard some rice pilaf, isn't it? Like
not pilaf, it's perlo.
Perlo.
Chicken perlo.
Chicken perlo.
Yeah, rice pilaf is. I think that may be more like an Italian dish.
Yeah, because you put it in a bouillon, and there's a bit different. But there are different versions, like out like in Kazakhstan as well, with tomato paste as well. It's kind of the same idea, but adding ingredients that are locally available.
Okay.
But the same kind of base.
I still find it so interesting. I'm still stuck on about rice growing there. Like I've traveled to the state. I mean, when I used to be a truck driver or something, I've never heard that before. I didn't know that. I think that's
there's still
that's okay.
There's still one. There's still a rice plantation that's still here. It's you can look it up like if you get a chance. It's called I think it's called Carolina Rice Plantation.
Okay.
And they grow like some of the original varieties, and they got one called Carolina Gold. It's like a gold color rice.
Mm.
Now this is not like the rice that's like up in Minnesota and stuff, like the wild rice.
Mm-hmm.
This is like regular, like a grain rice. You know, it's not. I think up there is the wild rice is not really like technically a rice. I think it's
that's right,
like a cereal grain or something.
Yes, that just takes on the name of the rice more than anything.
Exactly, yeah.
Same as it goes up into Canada in that area as well. As far as I think.
When I went to Canada, it was like everywhere. When we got to Minnesota, it was like every little convenience store had signs that said wild rice for sale.
Yeah,
and you know, and so that's what made me got into researching it. What's the deal with all this? You know, there's signs everywhere. I mean, it's like every little mom and pop store had signs that said wild rice for sale.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's what I found out, that it grows up there, and I guess they harvest it and people take it to the stores, and then I guess they sell it like that.
Wow, that's interesting.
Well, there's so many local things like that people sell, like the fiddleheads I showed you a while ago. We used to pick them and put them in 100-pound potato bags. We used to pick like 8-9 of them a day and sell them to McCain's, the big producer. And you go to bed at night because you're down like when you're picking them, you're like this. So you go to bed at night, you know, at 17, and all you see is fiddleheads coming at you, like a nightmare, you know, because they're only there for about 3 weeks and they're gone. If you break them, they will grow again, as long as it stays moist.
And what do? You steam those or boil them or cook them in a frying pan?
I like them steamed. But
you can boil them too.
Boil them as well.
Just not for a very long time, but yeah, you can boil
marinate them. A lot of people marinate can them for the winter.
But I would say boil steam is better. It's like any kind of like green leafy vegetable. Probably you would use it the same way.
It's always nice in your local areas. I mean, everybody here, I'm sure, that's lived in a rural area has stories of something local that they have that's kind of like I was like you. I didn't like them growing up at all. It was only later on in life I kind of learned to appreciate the taste. And now it is kind of like a going home. I don't want to eat them every day, but like one feed a year with salmon. Because my dad was a salmon guide. He was a guide for fly fishing for over 20 years.
Man.
Yeah, it was mostly, very wealthy Americans. It was 5. The river is called the Grand Cascapedia, but there's 5 cottages, and I think 4 of the 5 are owned by, like, you know, they've owned them for the last 130 years or so. But it employs a lot of the town. So the agreement is we don't fish there, and they get to do it, but we get the spin-off for all the jobs and everything.
Yeah, that did you go with them a lot too?
Yeah, I used to spare guide some in that. I have a little patience, and my father also ties flies, which, believe me, I have no patience for it, and I love my father, but we're all the same with our fathers. It's the hardest person you'll ever try to learn something from, and I see that with myself with my own kids. So yeah. Unfortunately, I don't think I'll be taking on that trait, but it's an art form to watch.
Exactly, yeah.
You know, he even made a fly that they named through the Atlantic Salmon Fishing Federation. Now it's called the Lord Lansdowne, so they use it and it's been classified and that. So he was very proud of that one. So
that's a big achievement there, yeah.
By the way,
I'd love that.
Yeah, go ahead.
I said I would love to get into to do that one time. Go up there and salmon fish. You know, I think that would be awesome.
The biggest fish he ever got was for the president of Coca-Cola Africa, if I'm not mistaken. I know it's Coca-Cola. I think it was the Africa. and he had been fishing for over 20 years, and they ended up getting him a 40-pound salmon on a 47-pound on a fly rod.
Man, that's a big one on a fly rod.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's about an hour to bring them in,
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, I'm going to be down this summer, and I'd like to actually, if I can, try to record a few of these stories and stuff like that, just to have them.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah, just to document them and
maybe take them
upload them.
Maybe take them to some of the pools because all that river's divided by pools. There's like 97, because they do rotations. The camps each have a sector to themselves, like A water, B, C, and within them they have so many pools, and they all have names. So they do a rotation to let the pools breathe in between. So they might not be back for 5 days, and then when the water gets lower,
so there ain't so much pressure on them.
Exactly, and to give the fishermen, because they're paying upwards of $3,000-$4,000 a day for those camps, US. So they're not getting, but it's all catch and release, and nobody stopped coming.
Wow, they don't let them take any of them out there no more then.
No, and in exchange for that, because they've always smoked salmon, because that was the only way to bring them anyways, because of the travel. Now they buy farm salmon and smoke them on site for them as like a thank you for not using the not wanting to take the
yeah.
So yeah,
resource,
and it's all by volunteer. It's not a law. They don't have to by law, but they do it that way.
Yeah, we we go up to Tennessee. I hadn't been in a while, and my brother goes more often than I do, but we go up there and on the Tennessee River, and the guy we go with, we striper fish up there, and you catch them usually anywhere from about 20. The biggest one we've caught maybe about 35 pounds, something like that.
Wow.
And we always turn them back loose, and he encourages it. I mean, you can actually, there's a limit on them. You can keep some.
Yeah.
But they always encourage to turn them back loose, because that's, like you said, that's the guy's livelihood. That's what his business revolves around, and it's good for the sport. He says if you want to get one mounted or something, take a big one or whatever, he'll let them, every so often, but they want to keep some smaller ones they can, but
yeah, they do.
We always try to do that. We always if we go fishing now, we always turn our big fish loose, and if we're gonna keep anything, we'll keep a few of the smaller ones. We don't take the big breeders out.
Yeah,
always turn the big ones back.
That's what they do with they call them grills, like the under I think it's 5 or 7 pounds. I forget the exact number, and you're allowed to keep a grills like that. So, which are great eating anyways. They're probably the best thing in the mall. So.
The way I look at it is, it's sad to say that our resources are polluted like they are nowadays, but, and it's probably not like that where you are, but here there's, the bigger the fish is, the longer it's lived in the water, the more contaminated it is.
Yeah.
So if you have a fish that's 5 years old, and it's had longer to absorb that, and the big thing here is like the mercury and the, I can't remember the other things, like a PCB or it's something like that.
PCB.
But and so if the fish is like 5 to 10 pounds, it's less than a year old probably. And speaking in like terms of like a catfish or a striped bass, so we don't usually eat largemouth.
Especially like in fish that are more bottom feeders and stuff like that, in warmer waters, they're more prone to it as well. So it does happen up here. I mean, maybe not on the same extent, but of course they're all small. Like when a salmon leaves here that's born in that river, for instance, in eastern Quebec, like when it leaves, it doesn't come back for 7 years, and it goes all the way up through Greenland and everywhere in the migration pattern.
7 years. Wow.
A lot of those ones before they come back to their spawning grounds again.
Yeah.
So
I didn't know it's that long.
Yeah, so some of us, they're not fishing them, and that's great, but then they get out past international waters, and you got Finland, and you got Japan, and everybody else, and Russia, and all them set up with trawlers, Greenland as well, waiting to cash in. So it's kind of a little, it's a bit of a kick in the pants sometimes for doing it, but
yeah.
There was a question and a comment. So Erwin, the paid tourist, actually lives 2 hours from you, next door to Carowinds Amusement Park.
Mm-hmm.
He's a truck driver, so he's not home now. He's around New York, by the way, right now.
Carowinds is Carowinds is probably about 30 minutes from me.
Well, there you go. My God. Well, you never know. It's amazing.
I think
people are
collaboration.
So yeah. Erwin.
That's cool, ain't it?
He's only 4 days, I think, a month at home, but when he does get home, definitely, that's amazing. And then the other question was from Artie Morbid. How about catfish? How big do you get them, and can you keep those?
We can keep them. There's the catfish in our area is not regulated. It's not considered a game fish, such as striped bass or like a largemouth bass. It's just not regulated. I think they stock a lot of them in there, but you have channel cats, and some people call those government cats. And a lot of times in your ponds and like public lakes, they're in pretty much all the public lakes and private ponds. People put them in, and then you have the large catfish, which is like what they call a blue catfish or Arkansas humpback blue catfish, and then you have what they call a flathead, and the flatheads, the blues, the largest one, the previous state record in South Carolina, which it was at the time, it was a world record, for our U.S. record. It was 109 pounds. Arkansas blue catfish, yeah. Yes. But somebody broke that, I think a year or two ago, and it was like 128 pounds. Now this is for the state record. And then somebody in Virginia broke the U.S. record like 147 pounds, like last year, I think. So 147 pound blue, and it was caught out of Kerr Lake, I think, in Virginia.
That's a monster.
But the flatheads are more aggressive. They're more of like they would feed more on like live bait and stuff. And they're more aggressive, and they're more of an aggressive fighter. But I think they get maybe in the 70s. The biggest one I've ever caught is like 30 pounds. Now, my brother and his son go a lot more than I get a chance to go. And I think my nephew may have caught one in the 50s.
Wow. Still, that's a good sized fish, man.
Yeah, that's pretty big, especially for freshwater.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you also have the legends of it trying to get people down to the ground, like pulling them down from the surface?
The legend around here is, and you hear this about, well, I'm gonna tell you one thing. Every river or every lake around this area, pretty much throughout the whole South, there's always an island called Goat Island.
Okay.
If you talk to any old timer, they say go down there to Goat Island. I mean, it don't matter what lake or what river, there's always a Goat Island. So you never can be sure where Goat Island is, and that's always funny because me and my friends used to joke about that. And then there's always the myth that there's and I've heard this since I was a little kid too. There was scuba divers that went down at the dam to work on the dam, and they saw catfish big as round as Volkswagen bugs.
Oh,
the Volkswagen cars.
Yeah.
Now, and that's always the story you always hear, and it's at every lake that has a dam at it. They always, in that area, you'll hear people tell that same story. So I don't truly believe that, but I mean, there might be a 200-pound catfish somewhere though.
There's always.
I don't think there's one as big as a Volkswagen bug.
Well, I hope not. That's what I can say.
That's a big fish.
With all the electronics nowadays, I mean the electronics on the boats. I mean you can make out. I mean you can make out a car or a boat on the surface. I mean they're pretty detailed now. Somebody would have seen one,
Exactly. I know what you mean.
Yeah, I know. While watching one of your fishing videos, I've seen that you're using one of those, how are they called, echometers?
Yeah.
For fishing.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you can see, for those of us who doesn't know, you can see everything underneath. Like, how does it really?
Yeah, you can see it's basically like a topographical map. Like you have a topographical map for above sea level, and this pretty much details the water. It shows you like if you have humps or channels, or it shows you pretty much what the landscape is. Like if you was fishing, you want to fish around structure, or you want to fish structure would be like your drop offs and your ditches and your channels and your humps. or they might call a hump a sunken island. Some people call it a sunken island. And they have maps. They have maps just like you have a map of like Google Earth or whatever. They have a topographical map of up under what it looks like up under the water. You know, with they'll have like grid lines drawn where it drops down. You know, 10 feet to 20 feet to 30 feet, and then sometimes it overlays over your sonar, and the sonar can kind of pick up where fish are. So like if you see a tree, you'll see a tree sitting right here, and then you can see the fish inside the tree, like they're hanging around that structure there, or they call that cover. Structure is like the actual humps and ditches and stuff, and covers like would be like rocks and trees and junk. But it's very, I mean, it's come a long ways from like when my dad had one. It was just like a depth, they called it a depth finder then.
Say that, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Marianne was asking, have you been noodling?
I have never been noodling. I don't know if I'd do that, but I have cousins and several people that do that. Do you know what noodling is?
I was hoping you'd explain it to everybody.
So noodling is pretty much where like let's say that you knew where one of those holes was, or like there was an old tree trunk, and like let's say it was in like 7 or 8 feet of water. You would dive down there, and you would stick your hand down into that hole, and if there's a catfish, you'd feel it, and he would bite onto your hand, and then you pull them up out of there. Some people actually plant artificial stuff, like they would build a box and sink it in the water. Like I had a friend who used to do that, and he would dive down there and he would stick his leg in that box, and
oh my God,
the catfish would bite down on his leg and he'll pull them out.
It's unbelievable.
But what if it
I have a cousin that's a female and she's done that.
Oh my God. But what if it pulls you? If it's 100 pounds, like it's heavy. What if it takes your hand?
I don't know. And they'll tear it, and they actually they don't have teeth, but they have, I forget what they call them, but it's like sandpaper. I mean, it's, if you stuck your hand in their mouth and they turn, and you know, they'll turn like an alligator does, and it'll tear your hand up. So most of the time they wear gloves and like sleeves and stuff.
Well, yeah, because you're right. It would tear all the hide right off of you.
That's crazy, people. My goodness. Talking about alligators, there was a conversation in the chat earlier about eating alligator meat. Is that something they're doing as well?
I've had it before. It's not real prominent in my area.
No.
There's no alligators where I live, but as you get further south, I mean, the lake that I was just talking about fishing, which is called Lake Watery, it's about 30 minutes from me. Just on the other side of the dam from that lake, there's alligators in that part. And as you get further down, like into, there's 2 big, huge lakes in South Carolina called Santee Lakes. And it's 2 big lakes, and they're connected by a canal. And if my memory serves me correct, I think they're the largest man-made lakes east of the Mississippi.
Oh.
So they're really very, very, very large. They're not like the Great Lakes now. They're not that large.
No, but still.
But they're large for our area, you know. And there's a lot of alligators in that area. And as you get from there on down to Georgia and Florida, of course, there's tons of alligators. They actually have a hunting season on them here because there's getting to be so many in that part of the area. They have a draw system. You draw to get, you know, to be able to hunt, and you get a tag. You know, it's limited. It's not like a full on open hunting season. You know, they only let so many be taken each year.
Right.
But most of the people that get them, they do eat them. But like as far as restaurants around here, you would find, you know, it would be a specialty item if somebody had it. It wouldn't be a normal thing on the menu around here. If that makes sense. When
you were talking about deer a while ago, and that you guys are what, mostly whitetail, or is there mule deer in your area as well?
Just whitetail.
Just whitetail? Same as us.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you guys are still too east for mule, eh?
Yeah, just whitetail, and there's an island called Kiowa Island, and they have a distinct breed of deer that's similar. Have you ever heard of the key deer in Florida?
No.
See, like Florida has a distinct breed of deer called a key deer, and full grown they might be about 70 or 80 pounds. They're very small,
like an antelope.
Yeah, they're very tiny. I mean, they almost look like dwarf like their legs are kind of shorter.
Bambi.
Oh, okay.
That's like Bambi.
Well, there's no spots on them though.
Yeah.
they're extremely protected too. I mean, there's no hunting season on them. I was just watching a show on them the other night, and I think they said the population was only like 800 to 900 of them.
Really?
Where white-tailed deer across the United States, there's over 30 million white-tailed deer estimated.
They are tiny. I'm looking at the pictures now on Google, and
that's interesting.
That's tiny, tiny, tiny. Amazing.
Because us too, we hunt whitetail as well. But then when we lived in Saskatchewan, that's where our daughter was born. I worked in the oil fields out there, and there was because we were down south in the Badlands, you could see some muletail, but that was rare. It was more when you got close to the end of Saskatchewan, going into Alberta, which I guess would be like above Montana, and that's where you really
hear. But there's some huge deer in that area, right?
Oh yeah, but with all those, like, I mean, it's the flatlands of the flat. So I was driving truck one night. I was still new out there. I've been to every province in Canada, but I'd never been to Saskatchewan. So I'm driving through with the oil truck loaded up, 31 cubic meters, whatever. And I'm like, why the hell is a farmer moving cattle here? Like, this is all, alfalfa for a mile. Jesus, there was over 100 deer. I couldn't believe it was like locusts, and they are a pest. They annihilate a farmer's, crop. And it was, I lost count at like 120 some, like I was trying to count them. And of course, they were among around.
Wow.
It was a swarm of just deer, and they just plowed through that alfalfa like nothing. The farmers are begging people to come and shoot them. I mean, even though there was no season, just because they can't keep up with them, the numbers.
Yeah.
But antelope was something I seen out there that I didn't know was native to Saskatchewan until I was there.
I didn't know that either. I thought that was more like Midwest.
Yeah. Exactly. But even like North,
like prairies and things.
Yep. The weird thing about them I didn't know was you can't get usually any closer than 300 yards to them. They're easily spooked. And when they run in a pack, if there's a fence, they don't jump over it. They all run, put out their hoofs, and slide underneath of it.
So under the bottom wire?
Yeah, like 30 of them, they'll run and they'll just put out their hoofs and whoosh right underneath of it and then just keep going like that.
That would be something to see right there.
It is, and they all do it in unison. It's almost like they're choreographed like
you
that.
Can see, because its horizon is very wide in Saskatchewan, you can actually see in the field like how it's almost like a wave looks.
Yeah, exactly.
When they go in,
like spooling fish.
Yeah.
Well, they kind of bounce. They kind of bounce, don't they?
Yeah, that's right.
They kind of gallop or whatever.
I can see.
I never hunted them because I didn't hunt out there, but a friend of mine I was working with told me, he said you got to get them at the right time or they smell like hell, like they got a scent onto them. So and there's not much.
If you shoot them, then they'll stink. You got to get them when they don't stink.
That's right. And then the mule deer were big, but like there wasn't a lot out there. There was just, but there was all flatland, so there's no trees, right? Where you get trees is always around a homestead because they planted them. So the barn is gone and everything, but the trees are still there with the watering hole. There was like 6 poor moose that got away from a mountain like 100 miles away and came there. And I'd drive with them by the truck, and the poor thing be running with her calf for like 6 miles. I couldn't stop. I had the truck loaded. This poor thing would just run. She had nowhere to hide. So they just go from homestead to homestead looking for these trees and wallows because they got to keep in wetland as much as possible.
Yeah.
She tried to hide herself, and you'd see this big black, rump sticking out between the trees and that. There was no way to hide. But so they're loading up, and she'd try like nuzzle herself a little, and I'd watch her drinking the whole time and then take off.
I've always heard that mule deer were kind of dumb compared to like other.
Yeah.
They say that they like to be out in the open, where whitetail likes to stay on the fringes. Whitetail, like if they were in your yard, they would be on the edge of the yard where the woods are. You hardly ever see whitetail around here like slap in the middle of a field. They would be on the edges of the field.
Oh, not here anymore. We're not here. When my parents grow up, and you can ask like every night they have 8 to 10 that are walking through their yards. They become so bold now they don't even move.
They don't even care anymore.
Yeah, but they eat the flowers.
They eat the flowers and the trees and everything, but that's because people wouldn't stop feeding them. They thought it was cute, and they mess around with it, and then that's what happens. And now they're hitting deer left, right, and center.
Yep.
You leave nature alone. That's what people don't get through their head. Leave it the hell alone.
Exactly. I seen something the other day. there's a part of the Great Smoky Mountain National Forest. You know, is part of it's in you know, well, most of it's in Tennessee.
Yep.
And there's a place we like to go there called Cades Cove, and it has bear, and it's got this road that goes through there. It's like one of the first places that was settled when people first moved to Tennessee.
Cool.
And so there's all these old churches and cabins and graveyards, and there's like 11-mile paved road that goes through it, and you can ride through there and see deer, and it's no hunting allowed there. It's, like I said, it's completely a national forest. I think every once in a while they bring in like what they call a professional hunter to kind of help control the numbers.
Right.
But so there's black bear there too, and the other week, I think it was last week, it made national news. I think it's either last week or the week before. There was a mama bear and 2 cubs, and the people got close to her, and I don't know if they were feeding her, and so they had to euthanize her.
Ah.
And see, that's what people don't understand. You know, that's why they tell you don't feed the bears. You know, once they feed them, then the bears will keep coming back, and you get near their cubs, and then they gonna maul you. You know.
And once a bear or any animal learns a habit, they got to euthanize it, because that bear now knows to be able to do that. Like, you know,
exactly. Like you said, they need to just leave them alone. Let them do its thing.
Exactly. Oh, so go ahead. Sorry.
We used to have a whitetail rehab, right? So people would bring us deer that they would find. Sometimes they would be hurt, or one time we had a blind one, and we would rehab them and turn them back loose. But a lot of the times people were picking up the babies because they didn't see the mama around. When whitetail deer, the mama lead the deer. You know, the mama does not protect the baby. The babies are born and they don't have hardly any scent, so animals can't smell them, and they camouflage in the ground, and that's their protection.
Yep.
And the mama stays away so the animals don't see her and find the baby. And so people would pick them up. They say, "Oh, the mama's done abandoned it," And so they would pick it up, and then they would take it home, and they would feed it. Most of the time they would feed it like regular cow milk, thinking that was right, and then it would tear their stomach up, and then by that time the baby deer would almost be about to die, and then they would call like the game wardens, and the game wardens would call us, and we'd go pick it up. And you can pretty much give any animal like goat milk. Goat milk is kind of like a universal milk replacer, but they make milk replacer that you can buy. So we'd have to nurse them back to health, and then we'd turn them loose.
Wow, that's amazing.
I think we had up to about 20 at one time.
Holy God.
Yep.
That's a big workload. I mean, deer, you really got to watch them because they can jump about an 8-foot fence.
Exactly.
We
would have to get up all hours of the night when we had babies and feed them. My dad would do a lot of that.
I know people got a good heart. It's just a lot of people don't realize it. They're not doing it for bad intentions, but it still was a bad outcome, and they got to realize that.
Yep.
They're too, like, once in a while now in the parks, because the Smoky Mountains, of course, are part of the Appalachians. I mean, that runs right up through Maine, and that runs right into Quebec. That's the same mountain chain that runs right through London. And up there as well, they have their parks. What they do for hunting to control the numbers, they have a lottery each year that you put your name into. If you want to hunt the parks, you have to pay a premium to go in the lottery, and there's no guarantees you'll win. And then they do a number assessment each year and base it on how many.
Yeah.
And it does raise money for the parks. And some people, well, it's a park, you shouldn't hunt anything, but the numbers still have to be controlled.
Exactly.
It keeps down like the coyotes and that from coming back in droves. And at least it pays for the parks to keep them running.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what I was talking about that they do with the alligators here. It's like a lottery. You're not guaranteed. Like after you put in for it for so many years, I think your chances get higher of getting picked.
Okay.
And then a lot of times once you get picked, you might get picked the next year. I think if you don't get picked, though, I think they give you maybe half of your money back. I've never applied for it, so I can't remember exactly how that goes. But it's similar to what you're talking about.
Well, that's nice of them because we don't get. I never applied for it, but you get nothing back if you go into this one. Absolutely,
it may be nothing here too. It seems like I just remember somebody saying you get something back, or I can't remember exactly.
See,
moose, but it's basically like a lottery.
See, moose, we had to. You got to be 2 people for 1 moose, so it's 2 tags.
Mm-hmm.
You and I hunting, you couldn't each get one. We would have to be together and then put the 2 tags on it. And a while back, it was 3 tags, depending on the numbers, because they keep reevaluating it.
Yeah.
And they have a draw for the females. There's only so many that can be done a year, and that's a draw as well with money. And definitely no money back for that either.
So when you go moose hunting, 2 people had to go with you.
Yeah, that's right.
Is that what?
Yeah.
Because they're dangerous.
No, just because to control the numbers, they're big animals, so they don't want as many taken down. So that's their way of keeping the money coming in and still controlling like how many are taken.
They are fairly mean, though, right?
Oh, yeah, they can. I've seen what they've done to a transport before. Believe me, they're huge animals and they're so high. That's the problem. Ones they're so dangerous with cars and that, because if somebody hits them with a car, they're up so high that they don't hit the front bumper, so it doesn't set off the airbags.
Oh,
that's why they're so dangerous. That's why there's fatalities. Like the province of New Brunswick, which is directly connected to Maine. Like a quarter of their highways now, I think, are covered with moose fence, like along the highways and that, just to try and control it. So
yeah,
like when we drive at night, like through when we go home, we go into New Brunswick because it's faster that way, and then come back into Quebec. And we're going through at night sometimes. Like I need Xenia watching like an eagle, you know, as we're driving, just because it's good to have a second set of eyes watching for them. But a moose can pass literally 15 feet behind you and you wouldn't know he was there for their size. They can walk through those because we have a lot of thick spruce and everything.
Yeah.
And I mean, they can just move the antlers like that. They just walk through. You would never have a clue till you left your stand 6 hours later and see the tracks.
That's crazy, ain't it? That something that big can do that.
Well, I mean, you're looking at about 1,000, 1,100 pounds, you know, field. So they're a big animal. That's why it's good they do 2 on a moose, because there's a lot more than enough meat for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
We do some hamburger with it, but it is dry. I find, you know, you gotta cook it. My parents
mix it with beef, like for shepherd's pie.
Yeah, a lot of shepherd's pie goes in.
Yeah, and sausage is good too.
Yep.
By the way, welcome to Colton Warley, who just came in as a new member of our chat, and he's in North Carolina, just an hour from Smokies.
Oh.
So welcome to our chat.
What part of North Carolina is he in, does he say?
No, he just said an hour from Smoky Mountains.
Yeah, Colton, if you can let us know which part.
Yeah.
I love Western North Carolina. We travel there often.
Thank you, Flub and Epic. That's so nice of you to say. And it was a shave and a shower, so I got both out of the way. So I'm good for a month now.
You shaved yesterday and got a little.
I keep trying to grow my beard back, and then I get frustrated. And then I had a bit of hair keeping, and I nicked it by accident. So I'm like, you know what? It's all going. So
I've changed mine a lot too.
Are you like that? Go in the bathroom and your wife doesn't know what's coming back out when you start? Like it could be everything.
Yeah. I like to do that to my kids, and they'll be like just looking at you like.
Yeah.
You know, the guy earlier was talking about Carowinds. When I was a kid, I went there pretty much every day during the summer.
Oh.
It's a theme park.
Oh.
And I used to stay there. And back then, you know, it was no big deal for your parents to drop you off there, you know, when it opened, and pick you up when it closed, like at 10 o'clock at night. You know, It was not like a big deal then, you know. But now, I mean, you know, the way the world is, I would never drop my kids off now. You know,
it's changed a lot, hasn't it?
Changed, yeah. She would drop me off. It'd be like one of my friends, and we would stay there all day long riding rides.
Wow. What a great way to spend a summer, right?
Exactly. Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, same as where I grew up. You know, like everybody left their door unlocked. There was always keys in the car. It was all these things, and now they wouldn't dream of doing it.
Same thing here. Yeah.
It's too bad.
That's what my wife. She keeps saying. I keep saying we need to move somewhere where it's less populated and less, you know, dangerous. She said it's everywhere. It don't matter where you go. Like you said, you know, where you live at, it's not as populated as the state here, and it's still up there.
Exactly. It's just a fact of life, unfortunately. Newfoundland, the province that's off by itself, the most eastern province in Canada, they held on a bit longer because they were an island. But even them, I talk to some people now, and they say it's starting to change, you know, and it's too bad. Because it changes the whole lifestyle of the place. That's what's up. But I guess there's not much we can do about it except roll with it. So, you know.
Well, I want to get to the biggest part of
Yes, I'm sorry. I know she was wondering.
Because I know the time is ticking, and I want to ask about barbecue, because you were telling me that you are like in the barbecue state or capital of America. And I mean, we had some Texans here asking about what is the best way of barbecuing, and I'm sure there's some arguments which barbecue is better. But I wanted to ask you about that. Like, what is the best way to barbecue? What is the best barbecue dish ever? Like, tell us.
Well, here where we're at in North Carolina, South Carolina, in this area here, Georgia, when people talk about barbecue, most of the time they're specifically talking about pork, you know.
Yeah.
In South Carolina, they used to do a lot of whole hog here. And depending on what area you go to, you know, the sauces change. You know, like, you know, Texas is real big on brisket, and then like Memphis is real big on ribs, and I think Kansas is real big on ribs too. But here we're real big on like you know, like they would do what they call a Boston butt, which I think is a pork shoulder. But most of the time they smoke it, and that's usually how it's made here. And we do a lot of pulled pork here. Some areas of North Carolina do a lot of what they call chopped pork. You know, it would pretty much it's just how it's prepared. They just pull it off and they just chop it up real fine. And ours is pulled, so it's like bigger pieces, you know.
Yeah.
It's pretty much like if you just pick the chicken off the bone and you just had the big pieces. It's not like finely shredded. That's what pulled pork is. It's just pulled. It's not been shredded up.
What would you use in sloppy joes? Would that be pulled pork?
No, sloppy joes is hamburger meat.
Really?
Yeah, sloppy joes would be like well, sloppy joes is kind of like I mean, it's like a canned mixture, but people make their own here. Like when we make our own, ours is totally different from what you buy in the store. Ours uses like mustard. And I know I'm gonna say this wrong. People are gonna make fun of me because I can never say this word right, but it's Worcestershire sauce.
Okay, wow. Okay.
You know what that is?
Yeah, I never really said, but I know what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, so we would use mustard, Worcestershire sauce, onions, and maybe like a little bit of cumin, and that's pretty much it. And then some people call it a loose meat sandwich. In other areas of the country, they call it a loose meat sandwich. And then so you would just brown your hamburger meat and put your you know, your spices in that I was just talking about, and then you would just kind of let that simmer a little bit, and then you would just serve it on a hamburger bun. That's what we call sloppy joe.
Okay. Now I know.
Now we have what they call what's the name of it? It left my mind. We have hash. They call it hash, and it's made different ways, but it's usually like pork and beef, and it's cooked down, kind of like stewed down, and it might have like tomato sauce in it and onions, and then they would serve that over rice. It would be kind of shredded up, kind of fine, and then it would be less soupy, right? It kind of soupy, and you would serve it over top of rice, and that's called hash and rice. And then well, like the real big thing here in the South is barbecue is done as a fundraiser a lot. So we have fire departments here, but in the rural areas we have what we call volunteer fire departments, and they're completely, and you may have them where you're at too. I'm not sure, but it's completely okay. So the people are not paid; they're completely like just like me and you, and they volunteer their time. So if a call comes in, they take off running to the station, hop in a fire truck, and go put the fire out. That's a volunteer fire department. So they're state funded, but they don't have a lot of money. So what they do is they have these barbecues to raise money. And so they'll sell plates. And I mean, in the spring and in the fall time, it's like every weekend somebody's having one. And you go there, and it's kind of like a community thing too. It's not just the barbecue, you know, this is the volunteer fire department in your community. So it's also a time you gather around and, you know, talk with your friends and hang out and stuff like that, you know. And so you go down there and buy you a plate, and it would have, you know, your pulled pork on it, which there's one close to me that they do the minced pork. And a mustard-based sauce is pretty popular in the South, as well as vinegar. Vinegar-based is real popular in North Carolina. Ours might be a little bit different from theirs. Ours would have a little bit of tomato in it, maybe tomato juice mixed with the vinegar and spices, and it would be a little bit thicker than like Lexington style barbecue would be like Lexington, North Carolina, it'd be chopped up and it would have like a vinegar sauce on it. And then, you know, if you get out towards Kansas, of course, theirs is like the thick, sugary style, like Kraft barbecue sauce. You know, I mean, people use that here too. Like, I mean, there's a Sonny's Barbecue, like a franchise here, and you can get, it's all thick, sugary style, tomato base with molasses, brown sugar in it, you know.
That's my way.
Yeah, I like that too. But my favorite probably would be the vinegar style, kind of like the vinegar with a little bit of tomato in it.
Yeah.
I like the mustard base too.
I think the mustard would be my favorite.
The mustard would have a little bit of honey in it and probably some vinegar too, and some heat. Nice. So it's kind of a sweet and tangy, and the mustard, yeah, it's good stuff. I had to get your address from y'all and ship y'all a bottle of it.
Oh, that would be so amazing. Oh. We'd love that. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
The
pork ribs are my favorite thing in the world. Like, I could eat just that, I think. But I like the sticky. Like, Andrew likes the naked ones, and I like them too. But I like the sticky, you know.
So he likes the dry rub ones.
Yes,
yeah, not even a rub. Mostly I'll do them with, like, chili pepper. You know, yeah, kind of, but not even a sauce. You know, just a bit of chili pepper, a bit of salt, and just that way.
Yeah, and
but
I like hot.
The other night I did them, and my friend sent up some maple syrup from his own maple sugar camp. So I did them all in maple sugar. Maple syrup, excuse me, you know, and mixed it in with some barbecue sauce, and then added the chili, and then added in a little bit of mustard, and then a little bit of butter, and mix it all together like that. My father
and I'm not really a big rib fan myself. I mean, there's lots of people around here that they love ribs, but I don't know. I just never really been a huge. I will eat them, but I'm just never been a real. I like just the regular pulled pork, you know.
Mm-hmm. I like pulled pork as well. I mean, there's just something about its simplicity that makes it taste so good. And as a side note,
I was telling you about the whole hog earlier. They call that a pig picking. So it would be like a thing that you would do, like let's say that somebody was getting married, or there was some kind of a family event, or like a family reunion. They would throw a whole hog on and cook it all night long, and then people would come by and pick it straight off of the pig onto their plate. They call that a pig picking, and that's real big. And I mean, it's big everywhere in the South, but it's real big here.
That's so cool.
South Carolina, yeah. And we have a thing called an oyster roast too, where they remember, because the coast here, you know, they would bring the oysters in. So and that would be like a family, you know, kind of like a thing that would be done at family reunions, or like the guys hanging out. You'd start a fire, and then you would have like a piece of metal that you would set over the top of the fire, and you would put your oysters on top of that metal, and then you would cover it with wet burlap sacks. And it would steam the oysters, and then they would pop open, and then as they were popping open, you sit there and eat them right out the shell. You know, they're kind of steamed, but they're not fully cooked.
Okay.
And then you would eat them and that's kind of like a South Carolina traditional thing too.
Wow. My father, when you were talking about volunteer firemen, funny you mentioned, my dad was a volunteer fireman for a long time. And that is big in the community, like you were saying. That's so true, that because it is the first line of defense in smaller areas, you know. And I mean, everybody on top of that's not just helping you, but they also know each other. So there is a huge connection. And unfortunately, we didn't have the pork as much. Most times there was salmon, actually, until the numbers, you know, they stopped fishing them as much. And then they went mostly, I'd say turkey, I think, is the big suppers now. There a lot. They tend, because it's a cheaper meat that's bigger, so they tend.
So they do the fundraisers, but they do it with turkey. They used to do it with salmon, but now they do it with turkey.
Yeah, that's right.
They used to do it with smoked salmon. That's the big thing, right?
Smoked salmon, not so much. That's kind of more of a delicacy. It was mostly like broiled salmon. It's like they would do it that way a lot of times, but then it was just too hard to get, and so turkey kind of became the replacement. Like when Xenia came here, like most European places, she had never eaten turkey in her life. And
really,
yeah. So she was living.
It's
not big in Europe.
No. Duck.
Duck, geese at some places. And chicken. Turkey it's there, but it's not really. I haven't really had it. I haven't really heard anybody, having it.
A bit in England.
A bit in England, maybe, yeah, but it's not common. So yeah,
yeah,
it was quite funny.
She got over like the same time because then we moved.
I love it.
When we moved back to Saskatchewan, like when I moved there, like she had to go back home for a couple of weeks, and then when she came back over, she's in this new place in the middle of the flatlands, never seen her life, and I have like 2 days with her and our son, and then I had to go back to work, and she had to do Halloween there, which she wasn't used to because for Chris, and so she had to learn that, and then a couple of days later, because our Thanksgiving is earlier than you guys, so she had to learn how to make a turkey. So yeah, she was kind of like that for Mr. Bean there, she was saying like trying to stuff it and all that.
I didn't understand what to do with it. Like, obviously, I looked on internet and stuff, but still, like, it was sliding out of my hands on the floor. Like, I literally, and that episode is my favorite one of Mr. Bean doing his turkey. Like, if you guys haven't seen it, you gotta watch it. And that's exactly
I've seen a clip of it before. I know what you're talking about.
That's exactly how it looked like, because it was sliding out. I didn't know how to pull the insides out. Like, it was terrible. Like, now we cook them like so many a year, even because we cook them outside of the holidays as well, just to eat as meat,
We use them for.
I love it.
We use them like a replacement for white meat, so we'll buy them when they're on sale after holidays, like 99 cents a pound, and then we'll cook like 2 of them at a time, and then do them up for like slice them, dice them, anything you'd use in stir fries and stuff.
Yeah.
Y'all ever eat anything called chicken salad? You ever heard of that?
We have chicken salad here, but I don't know. Tell us what yours is like. Maybe it's different.
Yeah.
It's like chicken that's been you put it in like a food processor and grind it up real fine.
Yep.
And then you would mix it with like mayonnaise.
Yep, we have that, and we do it with mayonnaise, celery, and a little bit of pepper.
Celery. Yeah, people make it different ways. Some people put grapes in it. Some people put nuts in it.
Really?
But I was gonna say you could do it with turkey too.
Yep, that's exactly what we do. That's what I make, because I'm not much white meat is too dry. So that's why Xenia usually makes me some turkey salad. I'll eat all the legs and everything else. I'm all over that. Yeah. But like white meat, it's got to be in some sort of sauce or gravy or something. I find it's especially turkey, because it's drier than chicken. I'm not much for white meat in general unless it's got something in it like else. Same as grouse. Like we eat a lot of partridge. That's what we would eat. Like we always get a couple of when we were hunting. And you got to boil it, and you got to do some sort of sauce onto it, or oh my god, it's like eating chalk. It's not something you can just, it's as dry.
I've never had grouse before. Now, we eat doves here. We hunt doves, and we would eat doves and like quail. Quail used to be really big here, but the quail population is pretty much gone here, like where I live.
Oh,
like
really?
My daddy, when he was a kid, there was not many deer here, and all they did was either quail hunt or rabbit hunt or squirrel hunt.
Okay.
But now there's like tons of deer here, but there's hardly any quail.
Really?
There's wild turkey here. I mean, we would hunt that too, but wild turkey is very limited season.
You see, up here it's just starting to come in, but like right at the border of the U.S. Like it's not far up. It's mostly, like Montreal, we're like about 45 minutes from the New York border, and it goes like on down around that area. It's into Canada, but very limited. So
yeah, it ended here. It just ended here like at let's see, it come in pretty much last the whole month of April, but they've extended it here in my area, and I can't remember if they brought it in earlier or let it go a little. It might go to about the the first weekend in May now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the season is here. I have no idea. I think a lot of it's just on private land and stuff, but I have no idea even how the seasons work. I haven't looked into it, so. But it is getting bigger. A lot of people are attracted to it, it seems like. So it's not that I have any issue with it. Just I haven't hunted in a long time because living up here, it's too hard to get, to go back down. So
I understand.
I'm falling out of rank. I actually have to go take my FAC card because now that's to buy firearms in Canada. You have to have one card to be able to hunt, but then another one to purchase any rifles, because they had that registry that all fell apart. That was a great investment. And I'll not get into all that. Like I seen my father that's like so law abiding, and he had to he did it 5 times. In the end, they canceled it, and he still wasn't even registered yet after all those tries.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a real mess. They spent about $1 billion on it. But like here, Canada, the firearms are more heavily controlled.
Mm-hmm.
Like even if you want to move a rifle, you have to put it in the car. It has to be locked. It has to have a lock on the clip, and you're only allowed to use the shortest route to get to where you got to go. Like they'll even ask, you know, if you got to go, you can't be doing like stopping another.
Oh, how they going this route?
Yeah, they well, you got to tell them where you're going.
When I went to when I went to Canada deer hunting, I had to fill out paperwork ahead of time and send it in to the border control people. I can't remember what you call it, but when we got there, we had to take everything out. Of course, you know, the bolt couldn't be in the gun if you was using the bolt action. And bullets inside the same case. And then, I mean, they actually pull you out and they open your case, everything, and this and that. I mean, it was a big ordeal. So we going into Canada, do our thing, and on the way back, coming into America, you know, we're expecting the same thing, you know. And we get up to the border control people, and they say, "Can we see your driver's license?" And they just asked, they asked all of us. It was me and my brother. So show my driver's license. That was pretty much all they did. They didn't get our guns out and inspect them or nothing like that. I was like, man, that's crazy.
You're really starting to break up. Sorry,
we have to repeat the last two sentences.
Yeah, we couldn't hear anything. It's really starting to get broken up, your signal.
I'm sorry.
No, it happens.
When I come back in, go.
Oh,
can you still hear me?
You're starting to really break up pretty badly. It doesn't seem like it's getting better. You're even digitalized. It's harder to see you.
Probably kids are in bed and wife is on internet.
Yeah, exactly.
What is that again?
Yeah, we said the kid. Xenia said the kids are in bed and your wife's probably gone on the internet. So.
Oh yeah, or streaming a video.
Yeah, I think that's what's going on. Yeah, because your signal really went down and it's not coming back for you. We're having trouble.
Is it still like that now?
Yeah, you're pretty hard to see.
Okay.
You can hear you better.
Sorry about that.
Oh, that happens.
Oh, that's okay. Don't worry about that.
That's part of life, my friend.
Yeah, well, if so, maybe we can talk about what is in the future of your channel.
Yep. Oh, we still have you? Okay.
Sure. The future, well, you know, I have a website. I've just launched a Roku channel. Do y'all have Roku there? Like it's a Roku device?
Yeah.
You know, so I have a Roku channel and I've talked to me about doing that, and they're pretty much managing that. I do the YouTube videos. So, not sure how that'll pan out, but you know, but I like in the future. I like to. I mean, I like to keep, you know, maybe, you know, eventually, you know, and you know, like a product, and maybe some, you know, some sauce.
I can understand.
Yeah, we're having trouble even hearing you now. It's cutting really.
So you want to do some product reviews, I guess, and continue on with your Roku channel that I just put the link in the chat.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes, and I was saying that I like to get a T-shirt line or a clothing line. Junkie. Did you hear that?
Maybe shut off your video. And not that we don't want to see you, but that will at least let you be able to talk more.
Oh.
Oh.
Is it back?
You're
yeah,
really.
Well, let's try.
Maybe though, if you shut off the video. Yeah. If you look at the top of the screen, you have the video camera. Maybe touch that, and we'll shut it off.
What about now? I turned it on the Wi-Fi. I mean, on my cellular data.
Oh yeah. Okay, you're hearing you better.
Yeah.
Is it better?
Yeah. Sorry.
What I was saying was sorry about that. I'm trying to get. I like to launch like a T-shirt line. You know, with like, you know, just funny stuff on T-shirts.
Cool.
It kind of goes around food, and I like to do that in the future, and maybe on my website, you know, I got a shopping cart on there, but I don't have it turned on. I like to start selling some products on there.
Nice.
That sounds really good. Yeah, definitely.
Maybe not developing my own, you know, not really developing my own seasons, but maybe selling other people's products. You know, I hadn't really figured that part out, but
how about the barbecue sauce?
Yeah, I've reviewed a lot of barbecue sauces, and that's why I was saying I kind of don't want to sell my own or develop my own because I've reviewed so many other people's, you know, and I mean, to be honest, the sauce market is pretty saturated, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a tough market to sell in.
I believe
It's hard to keep. Yeah, and I mean, you go into a store and there's millions of different sauces. So I'd rather just sell somebody else's that's already, you know, developed theirs and, you know, went through all the packaging and all that stuff.
It's not that it's not cool,
I think
but it's such a competitive market and it's so much upfront cost to get it going.
Yeah, it's so competitive. But I don't know. I would, you know, I would like to make a go at it one day, you know, to make this. This is just a hobby for me, you know. It was just something that I love to do. And I like the cooking stuff. It seems like my cooking videos and my vlogs do a little bit better than my restaurant views. And that's mainly because people don't know where those restaurants are. And that was kind of like my whole idea, you know, when I started it, it was really based on just the restaurant reviews. You know, I wanted to showcase these local mom and pop shops, but they don't really get many views, and it's really because nobody knows them, you know.
Yeah.
And it's just not popular. It's not something that would trend or whatever, unless I was like extremely huge. So, you know, once I get the channel built up, you know, to where I'm getting a good many views, and then I go back and do one of those reviews of one of those mom and pop places, and see, it helps them people out too, you know. It's kind of like giving back. I mean, even though I'm not benefiting from it, it helps them out, you know. It's kind of like free advertisement for them.
Definitely. But I can also see why, because I've watched numerous of your videos of the recipes or the products that you review, and you can see why they have the most of the views on your channel, you know, like you could just get hungry just watching them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I appreciate that.
Why, you know, I can just keep coming back to all the amazing things, and just your latest strawberry ice cream thing was like, where can I get this ice cream maker thing? Like, how can I buy it? I need it right now. I
still have some of that left in the freezer too.
Oh, don't.
I need to go have me a little bowl of that tonight, don't I?
Oh my God!
That's a teaser.
Yeah. We're gonna we're not talking anymore about that. We're gonna move right back.
Ice cream, guys. I'm gonna go and check that out.
That's
but it's
amazing.
So delicious. Like all the smoked stuff that you have there posted, and pancakes, and like, oh my God, there's just everything for everybody. I love it.
Just because I had it up a while ago, I wanted to show you there. I couldn't find a picture of my dad right now, but there's one of the salmon caught in the river on the fly rod.
Man, that thing, and look how deep the water is there. It's like, it don't like it's about 2 foot deep or foot deep.
But it's a weird river because it goes all the way down. It follows those Appalachians, and it literally can be like 10 foot and then 6, and it can drop to 120 feet in one pool and then go back up to 30, down to 10.
I never would have guessed it's been that deep.
Yep. No,
that's a nice one there. I'd love to go do that one day.
Like, that pool is pretty low, but yeah, it depends where you go, and you got to follow the salmon, so you pull your way down afterwards. They don't run motors on the upper part because of spawning. Yeah, so I had that picture a while ago, so that's why I just wanted to show you before I forgot. So
yeah. But as far as like I don't really know as far as the future. You know, I try to think about things about what I want to do, but I guess I'm not much of a planner. I'm more of a spur type person a lot of times, so I'm not really sure what's going to happen with it. Like I said, I'd like to be able to monetize it some way in the future. Whether that be something with this channel, or maybe one day starting a marketing company, and this be kind of like my portfolio, or maybe I would have some local restaurants call and want me to do their marketing for them. So I don't really know where it's going to take me, but right now I'm just kind of having fun with it, and like I said, it's really just a hobby right now. I mean, I video most of the stuff with my phone, you know, and edit it with my phone. So if I'm gonna take it to the next level, I really got to invest in the equipment and stuff to, you know, to really make it go.
Yeah, but at the same time, the food is what people drives you to your channel right now. You know, and like with the restaurant reviews, it's the food that the picture of food, you know, that or the video of food. That's what it draws to you. And you know, once they get there, it's hard to get off your channel. That's the whole thing. And so I really see that it's gonna be rolling on and on, you know, as more and more stuff you're gonna be posting about food for sure. I love the idea about the t-shirts with funny sayings about food. I really love it. I think it's something quirky, you know.
Serial killer.
Yeah.
Did you see it? Man with a bowl of cereal.
Yes, exactly. You know, things like that. That's fun. That could be fun. And I'm losing my voice again. We'll definitely have to have you back with more talks about the recipes and stuff. You guys went into fishing and hunting today.
But I did enjoy talking.
I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. And thanks God I got to ask about barbecue because I was waiting for it for a very long time.
But no, it was...
but we'll definitely have to have you back because like all the recipe stuff and food, you know, there's lots of questions there. So definitely we'll have to have you back again.
It was great talking.
Yeah, we call that chasing rabbits down here in the South. We chased a few rabbits and went off on trails.
That's right. I love that.
That's right. No, I knew once we would be mentioning hunting, Andrew would go into that and fishing. So, but that's okay. We have.
Yeah, she got us started on that, right?
Yeah, that's right. 100%.
How to make it. I asked how to make it. That was the recipe question. I was learning into that. But no, it's all good. It's great.
As a side note, I've eaten muskox, and you have to try that sometime if you ever get a chance.
Okay.
And
if I ever see it, I'll try it.
Yep, it's you know what muskox is from up north, like it's up in the and that. And they eat a lot of wild berries, and you taste it right in the meat. It's like naturally marinated.
So they had. No, I'm thinking of a water buffalo. I'll have to go look that up and see what that looks like.
Yeah, they're really bad looking things, but they're really good tasting.
And they're up in Canada.
Yeah, up in the far north, like in the tundra and above, like.
Okay.
They're very.
I'm pretty sure I've seen those before. I just can't picture it right now.
I'm bringing up a picture for you right now. They're kind of. Let's see here. There you go.
Oh yeah. I've seen those.
They're pretty shaggy looking. They're not the nicest looking animal. They're not pretty, but they taste really good.
I've never seen that for anywhere around here.
It's quite.
If I ever get up north anywhere, maybe I can try it.
The last time I ate it was probably 2006, and I think it cost like $30 for like 3 little Trinidos, like, you know, like that big.
Wow.
But it's one of those things you don't get very often, so.
Yeah.
Bottle caps, yeah, they look like a cow with a bad hair day. That's about.
What's that?
Bottle cap said yes, they look like a cow with a bad hair day.
Yeah.
Well, they're up in the cold, they're right up in the far north, so they got to be well protected. They're probably like descended half a woolly mammoth, you know, on that side.
Ugly.
Yeah, they got all that fur on them, don't they?
But yeah, they eat a lot of the berries up there in the summer, and it goes right into the meat. Same as we have cattle here in Quebec, because the St. Lawrence Seaway that comes in from the Atlantic Ocean up into Lake Ontario. That's how the interior was discovered, and that's where Montreal is. That's why Montreal itself is an island, because we're right beside it.
Yeah.
And down below Quebec City, there's an area where the cattle graze, and the water is like losing its salinity, but you can still have whales that make it all the way to Quebec. The cattle graze on all that grass, and they actually get naturally salted in their meat is from eating that grass by the waterland.
Yeah.
And it's
that makes sense.
Yeah, and it gives it that taste, you know, its own kind of unique.
Gives it a good flavor.
Yeah, that is.
Erwin de Peytoris said that you guys need to get together, and then you can both go hunting together and fishing. He loves doing that too. That's the guy that was living just half an hour from you, so.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, I sent him.
I love hunting and fishing.
That's cool when you get to meet people close to you and stuff like that. Like we met Laj and stuff like that. We found that he's only like an hour, half an hour drive from us and stuff.
Yeah, no, that's cool. And yeah,
This I don't know if you can see it, but this shirt here, you see that?
Oh,
It says Woodland Barbecue.
that's
And that's
cool.
that it's Woodlands Barbecue, and that's in Boone, North Carolina. So that's the one guy that said he was an hour outside the Great Smoky Mountains in North Carolina. This is in Boone.
Oh,
Awesome place to eat, and it's a barbecue joint.
it must be Colin that said that.
yeah.
Yeah, oh, that's cool. There
Yeah,
you go.
somebody back in that guy was saying. So if you ever up in Boone, that's a good place to try right there.
That sounds.
But see, I got a barbecue shirt on.
Yeah. Well, you weren't joking when you said about barbecue state in the city.
Exactly. Yeah. It's two pigs. It's two pigs, and they're dancing. Two pigs dancing.
I love how they do those drawings for those things like that.
I know.
Well, it's good because a lot of people from outside rural areas, they don't realize where their meat's coming from sometimes. So it's probably better to make them dancing.
Yep, exactly.
This is a kind of sandwich we have a lot up here. It's a smoked meat sandwich. It was a Jewish delicatessen in Montreal.
And it's
Montreal,
not
okay.
Pastrami.
It's not what?
pastrami.
It's not pastrami like they serve in
Okay.
New York. It's a rub brisket. Yeah.
Okay.
And that's kind of like the big hot meal thing, like a big Montreal thing that you would eat here
Really
a
good.
lot. And it's just basically
That
like,
looks really good.
yeah,
I'd tear that up.
thick stuff and just some spicy mustard onto it. And you always have it with a cherry Coke for some ungodly reason, unless it's beer.
Yes. I
don't know
chili.
why, but
Yeah.
I wish I could tell you why, but I have no idea. And there's the poutines. That's the other one we were talking about.
I know that right there looks so
Yeah,
good.
definitely. Oh my god, that's something to try on for sure. And then like the all dressed one is with chicken and coleslaw and peas on top as well. That's like, in a colder, like a rainy day, it's so good.
And that's the salted curds.
It's like comfort food, right?
That's right.
Yes.
Well, like I say, once again, we were talking about like the other night when we were with Craft Beer Pours, we were talking about alcohol, and Newfoundland has one called Newfie Screech. It's a rum. And most stuff here was made with stuff like molasses, and that was to get through cold winters. That was the whole thing. That's why like shepherd's pie is really big here. They do that a lot with moose meat in the winter because it's to give it, to bring the juices back into it, stuff like that with potatoes and everything. And
I make shepherd pie good. Not a lot, but I make it here some too.
oh, really?
I like it.
It is. It's one of those
that?
Flobbin Epic wants to take you fishing. You're gaining some pals there, and then they're gonna go fishing and hunt with you. Maybe all three of you guys can go. Get in touch.
Oh yeah.
On Twitter. I will post a link again, so you can get in touch there.
Isn't that what's cool about like your community and stuff like that? The more you get to meet people here, they've become like like friends through all of it. And
yep,
there's so many great people, that once you weed through them, there's so many that are just kind of passerbys. But you always find a nice group in the end of people that you would love to hang around with, and have the same interest, or weren't interested in what you were doing at the beginning, but grown an interest to it.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's hungry in the chat.
Yeah.
We're talking about food, and you guys are talking about food, and we are like, Doodles is gonna raid the fridge. And I warned everybody yesterday when I was talking about you coming on. I said everybody gotta eat their suppers before you come on because I know we're gonna get hungry. We are all still hungry. So
I never told the story where we were talking about.
And you were talking earlier from being from Europe. You were saying, you was talking about not having a turkey, right?
Right.
And you said y'all eat duck a lot. What about like duck confit? Is that something?
Yeah, I think it's more for the French part
yeah,
of
French. Okay.
Mine is more eastern, northern, like northeast. So it's not as common there. It's more like a holiday stuff and apple stuffed. Would be the one that you would be looking at there.
And a lot of their fish, like even though they're more north, like if you were to look on a map, they're about the same elevation in Latvia as what Edmonton would be, Alberta. But even so, they still have a lot of warm lakes there. Like a lot of their fish are like you guys would have. It's a lot of like catfish, a lot of crawfish and stuff like that in their lakes. even though it's so north. It's funny how it works out that way.
Yeah, I got you.
You see, like us, we're most.
Well, I was gonna say my battery on my phone's about to give out.
Oh,
I think I
okay.
got like 10% left.
Well,
Oh no. Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming over. We appreciate, and we have to have you back again for all the recipes. Definitely. Yes. Thank you.
Yes, I love that.
And we really appreciate you taking the time to sit in the car and talk to us. Like that's so amazing for you to do that for us.
It's got a good acoustics in here too, right?
It is. You got a good studio thing going on right there.
No squealing kids. Although it has gotten kind of humid in here. I'm starting to sweat now.
That's what I was worried about with you.
Oh my God.
I'm scared to open it up because I got the light on. I'm afraid the mosquitoes will get in here.
Oh, that's true too. Yeah, that wouldn't be nice. No. But thank you so much for sharing your time with us. You've been an awesome
appreciate y'all inviting me too.
Oh, it's the pleasure's all ours. You're a fantastic person to sit down and talk with.
Thank you so much.
Y'all too. I really enjoyed it.
And yeah, if you still want, we would love to. If you want to send something like that up, we'll definitely give you our address. We'll send it in Twitter or something like that. But it's not necessary. It's awfully kind of you.
Yeah,
we're gonna do unboxing.
Yeah, yeah. I'll try to get you something out if you'll DM me your address or whatnot.
Sure.
Or you can tweet it, or you can text me. Either way.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
That's really kind of you.
That's so kind of you. Thank you so much. You've been amazing.
Thank you so much for your time tonight.
Thank you
for sitting in the car with the mosquitoes and the humidity and all the stuff just to do this for us. We really do appreciate
it. And the light.
Yeah, the light. I love your style, my friend.
There it goes. Look.
There we go. You take care of yourself. Have a good one.
Okay. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye now. Oh, that's so nice of her like that.
Yeah.
That's so above and beyond what you could ask of anybody, you know?
Yeah, my goodness. Outside in the car, mosquitoes, light and everything.
Yeah.
And on the phone.
That's nice. It was couldn't ask for
it. And in turn, we're all hungry right now.
Yes.
Jules Badag is attacking his cookie jar as a cookie monster. And people are going out and ordering poutines there. A real Canadian lunker. Order some for me too.
Dole Whip Dad, not a problem. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. That was amazing. And I had so many questions because I'm like I love cooking and food and all that. And I just wanted to ask so many questions. I watched so many videos of his.
And he's right. I agree with him. You're to blame. You asked the venison question.
I wanted to know how to make it. That was a recipe question, but then you went back.
You know what's kind of cool with him talking?
It's cool though.
It was cool because he's a hunter, but he's not an obsessive guy about it. It wasn't just kill like that. You know, there's a respect with him.
Oh,
and
yes,
you know,
definitely. Very, very respectful.
Yeah.
And, you know,
that's the type of guy
really
I like.
Southern charm, I must say.
Oh, yeah. Very, very kind.
It was so amazing. And definitely we'll have to have you back because I have to have those recipes. And next time I'm going to make ribs, I'm going to be asking for how to make them recipe because...
Oh, Steph, you're off. Well, thank you so much for coming.
Bye,
Take
girl.
care. You're amazing.
And hi, Susie. I just mentioned you since Doodles by Doug was just talking about attacking a cookie jar. I asked if that's your cookies there. And that's okay to miss it, honey. It's fine.
Yes.
We're just glad to see you. If you say
always
hi.
Nice to have you in. You're as much a part of the show, like her and Bottle Caps and Steph and all them, you know. Like,
oh,
I mean,
yeah,
the
my
foundation
God. Look at
that we got to
here in the chat and our new or not so newcomers anymore,
yes.
like Flub and Epic and LAJ.
And I love
so
that.
Glad for you to coming.
I love that you guys have just jumped right into the channel and felt comfortable. You participate and stuff like that. It's so nice to see. I'm really glad you feel comfortable doing it here.
Thank you so
it was
much.
A really dark show, Susie. Yeah. Hey, we got to give the guy props for doing it in his car. That could not have been fun with the humidity the way it was. I don't know. Hats off to him. Eat what you hunt or donate to. Yes, exactly, Teeth Dog. 100%.
Exactly.
You know, like we hunted moose and we used every bit of it. And even though it was 2 people per license, there was still lots to go around. So usually there's a group of 4 hunting in that. I mean, if the other guys didn't get one, everybody got some. And if they each were lucky enough, like if they got 2 moose or 4, lots of other people got some. And we didn't eat the heart or the liver or stuff like that, but there's always somebody who wants it. I don't recommend liver in venison or moose or anything because just be on the safe side. But if somebody does want it, we would gladly give it to them.
Well, Cabs, did you upload your video of the moon? And if you did, how did you title it?
Are we saying anything? Anybody in the chat?
I think Bottle Caps want to know if he actually seen UFO or if it was a star of some kind. That's why the question.
Leave the possibility open.
I mean, I believe in stuff. There's no way we can be so arrogant and selfish, thinking that we're the only ones with abilities to think and critical thinking.
I believe there's usually an explanation for everything. I'm kind of that type of person, but I do also believe that there is something out there besides us, and we haven't seen it. I think sometimes we're like the pet for them that they watch.
That's what I think too.
Like sea monkeys.
You never know. Yeah, like that Dr. Seuss book there about the elephant. You never know what's in the speck of flower.
Yeah, that's right.
The whole world. Maybe we are in that flower.
This is true. This is true. So right now that could be our next topic on here.
Yeah, maybe somebody was just flashing the light and that's what you've seen. Actually, we should get somebody who knows more about aliens. We had Panic D and Geeks for the paranormal stuff. How about somebody who knows more about UFOs?
Oh my God,
you have a channel in mind,
you're so crazy. Dude, I'm so comfortable with y'all. I mean, I'm in my underwear. They don't really appreciate it, but it's Starbucks' fault for having free Wi-Fi. Oh, Jesus.
Oh
that is a good one. Yeah, bottle caps, that's what I'm thinking too. It might have been the space station.
Usually you can pretty much tell if it's a space station, though. You can see it right away in the sky.
Try flying squirrel channel. It talks
astrology. Okay, I'll check that out. Yeah, definitely. I'm looking for something like that. And again, if you guys have some other ideas, and yes, bottle caps, we know your suggestion. It's all noted. So I will check it out. Flying squirrel. Thank you.
I like when you guys are all helping each other out like that. We're a whole wealth of information, a whole wealth of knowledge when we all are together here. When everybody else helps each other.
Yeah, Jupiter. Yeah, that's true.
That's as well.
But he's on BC coast, though. Would be a bit different.
No, but right now, probably with the turn, he probably sees it better. That's why.
Yeah.
So that could explain it. That could be another option as well.
Well, you could also go on the app on the phone and actually check against the Star Map. You just download Star Map app. And you check against it, and then you could probably match it with what you see in your video. So that's probably the most reliable way to check it out.
Good way to tell if it was a UFO or not. Did they take you aboard and probe you? If they didn't probe you, it's probably the space station.
This is a link to the Roku channel. I'm not aware if it's free or not. I know that you have to have a box of some kind to subscribe to it. I just put a link in. You can go and check it out. Yeah, okay.
Well, that's great. Was glad you could stay longer.
Thank you.
You still never answered me yet if you were probed or not. Oh, there's an app for the ISIS too. Yeah, that's right.
And this Natural Journey High, and this probably wasn't the best stream for you guys. So
I know. Oh my God, never even thought of that till now.
I'm glad that you guys couldn't stay for too long because I actually very carefully chose today the poster picture because I was thinking about you guys. So that's why.
Never even crossed my mind till now. Never even thought about it.
Yeah, but that's okay. People have different ways of lifestyle and interest. But I was thinking about you guys when I was changing for 10 times the poster today. So yeah, thank you, and come tomorrow. By the way, tomorrow we're going to be having.
I was going to talk about it. It's okay. It's all good. Continue. You're on your way.
It's like you never want you guys to know what is following because every time I get my calendar out, it's like.
Go ahead.
No. Nope. Go ahead. It's fine. No. I can leave it till the end.
Go ahead. I'm going to look at stuff here. I'm going to read the chat. Okay. Go.
So tomorrow we're gonna have Paper Free Chris, a vlogger and comedian from Canada. Go Canada! We always try to include somebody from Canada because we are from Montreal. And then on Friday we are gonna have Brenda's beauty vlog on. So that's gonna be quite interesting and different talk. I'm sure Bottle Caps is gonna be enjoying that a lot. She has just reached her 1,000 followers last week, so we're gonna have it as part of her celebration. And on Saturday, the Chamley panel is gonna be on, so that's gonna
be one that's been bouncing around since one to get for a long time.
Yeah, we had to reschedule it from last month, so we're finally having him on this Saturday. And then next week, of course, is full of amazing guests as well. Next week is all booked as well. So looking forward. And by the way, one of the very big barbecue cooking shows is going to be on next Friday. So looking forward to that as well.
If you just couldn't hear that, we have a night shame on next week. So that's going to be really cool.
Yeah.
That's going to be really fun. Hey, Miss Kathy, how are you?
Hi, hello. Yeah, we just said bye to our amazing guest today, Southern Food Junkie. We're talking all about food.
Who graciously, in that heat and humidity, sat in his car the whole time to do the interview. So hats off to the guy.
That was really appreciated. I mean, that's crazy.
Poor guy must have been parboiled by the end. Like, I don't know how he did it, to be honest.
And thank you, Rob.
Oh, Miss Kathy, yeah, don't worry, because Bottle Caps is got a video and he's not sure if he might have seen a UFO or not. He was asking us. And so, no, it's not a medical thing. Don't worry. It's all good. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I suppose walking in and seeing that line could cause some worry, but yeah, nothing to worry about. Oh, my God almighty. When we were talking, when Xenia said to Natural Journey, about coming in tonight because there was hunting and different things, I have hunted, and the only thing is with hunting is I remember the most is the time with my dad. And I know not everybody's into hunting, and I'm not like a wahoo into it. It's been years since I gotten to do it, but it was always nice that my father always put a lot of emphasis on not going up to shoot everything that walked and stuff like that. And I've seen him, he acts tough, but I've seen him let many things walk away without, and I couldn't get a shot or stuff like that. It was about being up there. Same as with fishing with him as well. So that's what I take away the most from.
Yeah, and I think especially for people living up north, it's more a part of like food circles.
Oh, definitely.
Because it gets cold and need protein, and they really don't shoot it for fun.
No,
it is for food.
There are people that do that, and that really does bother me when it's done that way. So.
Definitely.
I know it's not for everybody, but in that part, I can just say that we did it with a lot of respect. That's for sure.
Joe Weep Dad, thank you for coming and thank you for connecting on Twitter. I seen that. And that's much appreciated. Yeah.
Excellent. Actually, guys, while you are here, I want to put up a link as well. If you guys haven't joined yet, the awful setup for it, but I'm glad they have it, is for joining us on our YouTube chat. So I'm going to copy the invite link. I'm meaning to do that. I keep forgetting. If you guys can click onto it, that would be great. And then we can connect that way as well.
Yeah, I have heard from a couple channels that they can't do that. I think it's because their YouTube haven't been updated yet. And also some of the channels have seen problem on the laptop, but not on the mobile. So I think they're still on the kind of, what is it, beta?
Beta. Yeah, that's perfect. You got
stage of it. So don't worry, you're going to get updated as well. But that's a good way to get in touch with us too. And the best way is to share your videos.
Yep.
Yeah, that you stumble upon or your own. That's a good way to do that. Yes, great memories with your dad. Yeah.
It is. No problem, Miss Kathy. We're not going to be on too much longer. Tonight's going to be a little more reeled in. We'll be on for a few more minutes.
Yeah. Bottle Cap's talking about prostate cancer, by the way. I was listening in the morning about two guys. They're supported by Cedar Foundation that raise money for prostate cancer as well. But they actually bike all across Canada. They started 4 days ago on one side, dipping their wheels in the ocean, and their plan is to bike all throughout to your side and dipping their wheels on the other side.
Kind of like Rick Hansen did years.
Yeah, they started 4 days ago, and yeah, so that's what they're doing to raise money for prostate cancer.
And it does suck. You're right, Flower and Teeth Road. It really does suck.
Yeah, it can F off.
Yes, in a heartbeat. The area I grew up into in eastern Quebec, the Gaspésie, has one of the highest rates of cancer per capita in all of Canada, if not the highest at one point. And I can remember as a kid looking out, because it was sustained heavily on pulp and paper mills, and looking out from where I grew up at the house in the front yard as a kid and watching them spraying for budworm and that orange stuff, maybe 2 miles away. There's no way it never found its way over towards us. So,
yeah, that's right. You were talking about that yesterday, weren't you?
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Love an epic.
Yep.
And yeah.
It's Xenia's lost her mom to it. I've lost a bunch of my uncles to it. Aunts. Some that are survivors.
Definitely. It's a flu of the 21st century, in my opinion. I think it existed even before that. It's just we were bad at detecting it. But did you know that it actually was first officially diagnosed only in 1920s?
Yep.
And before they didn't know it existed. So it's fairly new and therefore so little known to us in some of the areas, especially.
Oh, I'm sorry, Teeth Drug. That's just.
Oh yeah, it really. I sometimes wonder if it actually is airborne. Because it just spreads so fast that it must be something more than what they say it is.
Kathy said Chris took her outside to see the sky. Crazy close planets in view. Not sure which ones, but they're lovely in the sky tonight. Yes, maybe she'll see what you were looking at, Bottle Caps.
Well, but Kathy assumed it was a firefly, so I don't know. Pretty sure it was, who knows? But yeah, I don't know. Do we have a clear sky tonight? I could maybe see something too.
So much light pollution. I mean, in Montreal, it's
August is better here.
Yeah.
For all the meteors and it's really beautiful. You can actually see something.
Wow, 26 tumors down to 4 or 5 left on my lungs. Yeah, no chemo. Chemo's a killer. Yeah.
Well, fingers crossed. That's why I said it's amazing. You've been doing good so far.
Yeah.
So keep it up.
You got all of our support, our prayers, my friend.
And you're right. Yeah.
It's you're getting through it. The numbers are going down. You don't just keep steady. What they say, the old expression, steady course. So, and once again, like prayers to you.
Oh yeah, Montreal. Well, it's big to me.
Yeah.
I see. I grew up. It's quite a small country to begin with. The city here is bigger population than the country I come from.
Yeah, it's true. Actually, I never really thought of that before. How do you see our post? Is it here that we put up?
No, black logo of us.
Oh, okay.
And profile. Yeah.
Right. I always forget this stuff. I'm horrible at it. I took a picture today. I posted.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen that.
There you go. Come on, load. What is going on with the internet tonight?
And yeah, tomorrow is going to be a special video collaboration between Doodles by Doug and Panic D Videos.
Oh, they are doing it?
Yes, it's coming out tomorrow. I got a little sneak peek. So it's going to be very exciting. So looking forward to that.
There's today from the hospital, because there's only one. Mount Royal is the one mountain in Montreal, and it's all the cities around because it's an island, and this mountain's like not center, but down a bit from the center towards the south side. And that's where Xenia's pain management clinic program is. So when I stopped at the parking, which overlooks the city, just to take a picture of it today. So
yeah, beautiful view from the pain clinic.
Yeah, it is. It's really amazing. If there's any good side into it,
yeah,
it's that. So.
It is right on top. And Bottle Cap says that we look hot and sweaty. Well, thank you. I honestly thought Montreal was just a city size of Tampa. Yeah, it's pretty big and it's growing.
But like in Canada, you got 3 big cities: Toronto, Montreal, and Vancouver, and then the rest all go way down in size compared to each other. Those are the 3 major ones. Cities. Hi.
Miss Kathy sees the same thing in her lens as Bottle Cap's video. That's kind of neat, isn't it? You think about that. You are looking at the same thing right now that Bottle Cap seen yesterday while being on BC coast, and you are in the States. We used to do with my mom.
Mm-hmm.
When I would go spend summers with my grandmother, me and my mom would have this pact that we would, when we would go to bed, my bedtime was like 9. At 9 o'clock, we would both look at the moon. Mom was in the city and I was in the country. We both look at the same time at the moon, and we would know that we are both looking at the moon at the same time, just from 2 different locations. It feels so much closer. And it really helped me as a child not to feel so homesick. It was very sweet. Sometimes I think about it now. My mom is gone, but when I see a moon at night, that's what I think about. So imagine that's what you guys are doing now.
This is going really bad. Maybe this one here is it better. Because they're doing like population per capita. Let's start.
Welcome back, Christopher.
Okay, so here we go. This is populations in 2016. Toronto, 5,400,000. Montreal is 3.5 million. Vancouver is 2.2 million. Calgary's 1.2 million. Edmonton's just over 1 million, and then from there it goes down like under like Ottawa, the capital is 989,000, and so on and so forth. But it doesn't take very long. So then we get even smaller cities. Quebec City, 705,000, so on. There's not a lot of big cities in Canada. There's great distance between them as well. Yep. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, Quebec City is such a nice city. Ottawa is a really amazing city too, guys, by the way, if you ever get a chance to go there. It's a really cool capital city.
Bottle Caps, it was the same year and I lost my mom too. And you guys are going to hear probably lots of these stories in the following months. This month, from June to July, is all filled up with different bad anniversaries for me. So this is just the beginning of my flashback memories. So bear with me for this month. What's the population of Texas Island? 30,000.
No, I'd say 9,485,000, but I might be off by 100,000.
No, it's in his logo.
I know where it is. It was the joke. It's the joke.
LOL. I was on a serious note. Sorry.
Well, I know that, and then when he asked after, read
and my computer went off, so I guys don't see your chat, but that's okay. And T-Strog, yes, life first, please go to put to bed. Life first.
That's right. Never apologize for anything like that. Those are the most important.
Tampa area is 3 million. Wow. I wonder, why did my computer switch off?
Yeah, see, it's around that size. Like, you guys have a lot more major cities. Like Toronto, I think, is what, 3rd? And then after that, like, we don't have many more cities to bring to the table here.
Well, Latvia, where I come from, is less than 2 million population, the whole country.
Yeah.
And you can across the longest point across is 450 kilometers in horizontal, like driving horizontally, wherever it is, east west. The longest point is 450 kilometers. So that's where I come from. Yeah.
Good night, Kathy. You have a great night. Thank you so much for stopping by. Enjoy the night sky with Chris.
That was some kind of glitch. It wasn't even off. It just went dimmed to black.
Strange.
Yeah.
Strange.
Well, go spend some time with family. And Donnie Shaw, good morning.
Hey, Donnie. How are you? Good to see you. Lodge, thank you so much for coming. So great that you're joining the chats each night and stuff like that. It is so unbelievable to have you here. So you have yourself a fantastic night. And if you have time tomorrow, we'll be back again at 8 p.m. And who will be our guest tomorrow again?
Tomorrow, Pepperless Chris from Canada, vlogger and comedian, young lad.
Yeah.
From Canada. So check that out. It's going to be fun.
Teeth Dogs send you some floating hugs. Well, that's wrong.
Yeah, for her son, because the scan came back clear. So fingers crossed. Well,
you're tired-eyed, I bet, Donnie. It's been a long night for you, so you better.
We're good. We're hot.
Yeah.
And sticky.
That's pretty much it in a nutshell.
Yeah, we're a little bit better now.
I don't know. Fan's doing fine for me.
Fan is good, yeah. And I think it cooled down outside too. Tomorrow is not supposed to be so hot, and Friday is supposed to be rain. So
yeah,
thunder showers. So hopefully it doesn't gonna kick out our electricity.
Flubbing epic. I watched Donnie's live stream the other day. The boy crazy, that Donnie. So. You should have checked out. Yeah.
I don't remember when did you join not so long ago. Donnie has been on our show.
Yeah.
So check that out in our previous live stream. I think was a week ago.
And as fun, and as funny as Donnie is, I was happy that he kind of opened up and we got to know some more about him besides some serious subjects as well and stuff like that. It was really an awesome interview. He was fantastic.
Oh yeah, he's and yes, you definitely got to go check out his channels if you haven't. It's quite fun.
He's a good laugh.
And I don't know if you said bye to LAJ. It's going off for now.
I did. Well, we can say goodbye to him.
Okay. That was your first night. Well, there you go. That's okay.
Perfect. How cool is that?
Oh, you're going to live stream today. What time? Yeah. I would assume in 2 hours. If it's our tomorrow, you're from the future. We had New Zealanders from National Journey coming in.
Yeah.
And then you are now from a little bit closer to the future.
That's right. We're slowly getting back towards.
When we had our daughter here, I was so hoping that she wouldn't be born in the time that would be a different date at home.
I never even thought of that one. Yeah.
Well, I couldn't do anything about it.
No, I was going to say.
And thankfully, it is the same date. But I was thinking, oh my God, what I'm going to do? I know it would be still her birthday, but at home. So it's weird. Same as with our wedding.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just got Steph's comment. Wait, Andrew, why didn't you tell us Angelina Jolie is on tonight?
Stephanie, me and her, we're having girl crush, so that's why.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, thank you, honey. You're too sweet. I don't think so, but thank you.
Yeah.
Now I'm blushing. Okay, guys.
Yeah.
I think
It's been such long days, and I think we're starting to sometimes run out of.
You're gonna live stream tonight. Okay.
Oh, Harry might be on.
Yes, I've seen that. Congratulations. Well, fingers crossed, right? That's so cool.
That's amazing.
Yeah, if I may say, it's a show about 4-year-olds. You might be on.
Wow.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
Yeah, keep us posted. And by the way, Steph, so who of you guys is streaming first? Let's put a link up.
Yep.
Let's put a link up for people who come in now or after to check it out.
That's right. So if anybody's live streaming, put it up here, and we'll definitely, that way people will know where to go.
Yesterday, we sent everybody to Violet's stream.
Yep.
She had Disney trivia. Today, I know who is streaming today. Windy City.
Oh, Windy City is?
Yeah. Is going to be streaming. I think he's already streaming from 10.
Was he in?
Check. No.
I was gonna say.
That's why.
Yeah.
And that's why.
Let's see here. I'm just going to refresh and see if...
Because he was saying yesterday that he's streaming today, and he usually is streaming right after hours, so I would assume that he has to be on.
Oh, and Dexter's streaming right now.
Well, there you go. So we can drop a couple links and check it out.
Here, I'm going to put Dexter in.
If you go from ours, just tell them we said hi.
Oh, he's fishing at the... He's fishing at their lake. Must be fishing. They're fishing live. So here's for Dexter.
And Donnie's going up live for 2 2-hour time, I guess. Yeah.
And
no, to your time. 2 p.m. Or did you mean 2 a.m.? Oh, no, Flubbin, please get some rest, okay? It's definitely very important. So good night, and possibly see you tomorrow.
Yes, you take care of yourself. Thank you so much for coming by.
We're so glad you keep coming back, and seems that you are a part of our family now.
Yep, and love having you.
Yes.
Couldn't be more honored for you to be in the room. I'm just looking to see here. Oh, we also got Geeks are going on right now.
Oh, there you go. The girls are going crazy.
So we're going to put up Geeks as well.
Pretty sure Andrew is going to be visiting that one.
I don't know if I have the stamina tonight. So this is for Geeks.
Our funny, crazy girls.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, 2 o'clock Canada time. Thank you.
Yes,
I figured that's what you meant.
Army time.
That's right.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be up, but we'll check it out tomorrow after it's uploaded. Unfortunately. Thank you, T-Strong. All the good thoughts and hugs and kisses with you.
And also, right. Gator's on tonight.
That's right. Yes, that's right. And this might be one of his last streams.
Really? Oh yeah, yeah. Because the baby's coming.
The baby's coming in 6 days.
Yes, ball guys, those girls are crazy. Yeah.
So you are basically being a host on our
yeah,
show?
You're gonna be ours side host.
Or we can have vacation, and you're gonna be coming and hosting ours.
Christopher Spence, good night. You take care of yourself. Thank you so much for coming. Yeah.
Thank you so much. And Arvind the Paid Tourist, be safe there, getting out of New York.
Yes.
And we hope you guys come back tomorrow. It's so nice to hang around with you. And as T-Stroke said, it helps balance life out.
Yeah.
And I think it's well said for both sides here.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very,
I'm
very,
always
very
happy
true.
to see you guys.
Violet was given, well, Cap says Violet was given me and her husband the stink eye last night.
Yeah, see, they're learning.
Find them as cute as all the time. They're not our little bottle caps. So.
Yeah, we watched it. Well, I watched it a little bit. I didn't go in because I'm just playing whatever in Disney. I'm not really educated in Disney trivia, but I love watching people. Guessing, so I watched a little bit.
Well, that'll make things easier, Irvin. We appreciate it. Get you.
Well, you want? Oh my goodness.
We'll give you the password, get you on, and get you started. You can take the couch.
No, so he gets to go vacation and I don't. No. That's not how it's gonna work. No.
Jeez.
Ballcap just uploaded his video, by the way,
yes.
with UFO. Which Kathy can see as well.
Oh, Miss Kathy's back yet, and she thinks it's Jupiter that you see in bottle
Yeah.
caps.
So who was it that was saying it? T-Throg? That was saying it's Jupiter, I think.
I believe so.
Or LJ from Montreal. Well, LAJ.
Lash, yeah.
Lash?
I'm guessing. I'm just calling.
I gotta
I'm trying to
ask him
sound
how to
it.
pronounce it or come up with something because it confuses me. She was trying to imitate Miss Puša. No, I think she's pretty good on her own. Yeah. I think she's pretty sharp on her own too.
She's seen you coming.
You gotta check her song. She's singing Offspring.
Yeah. Gone away.
Yeah, on Smule app. If you go on her Twitter, you can check some of the links.
And that's a hard song to sing.
Offspring.
Really hard song.
It's really impressive.
It's true. She looks like you.
Really? Well, she's Ukrainian descent.
Yeah.
Not that I am, but we're kind of from the same area, so to say. So it could be possible. Never
True.
thought of it. I did have blonde hair before this, so maybe from the previous.
But this is your natural color and looks a lot better. So.
And my computer is going down again. What is going on here?
Going on tonight?
I don't know.
What'd you do with?
But thank you. Yeah, it's probably because of the Slavic descent. I'm half Russian, so, and she has Ukrainian descent, so that's probably some of the features there. But thank you.
Never really thought of it before.
Yeah, I never thought of it either. She has really good voice. Steph, check it out, by the way. You as a singer. We'll appreciate that.
Well, I guess we'll...
Are we good?
Yep, it kills me because Xenia knows I got OCD and I hate to end at like 10:54 when we're just a couple of minutes away. I always try to round out the time, so that's well, it's true. At least I'm being honest about it. I'm not pretending it's not true.
Okay, last 6 minutes for Andrew's sanity. Q&A. Quick, fast Q&A on Andrew and Xenia.
It's actually 7
Get
minutes.
your questions in.
5
on my computer.
No.
Yeah. So fast and speedy Q&A. Ask anything.
There you go. This should be good. We got the right people in here for a quick Q&A. Then I can just imagine with bottle caps and stuff like that. Donnie. Yeah.
Did you get to transfer all the videos, Irvin? And did you read what I sent you about USB cable?
That's right. Wrap it round.
Wrap it round. Come on.
What is Andrew's favorite food? Off the top of my head, I'd have to say,
chicken salad sandwich.
Chicken salad sandwich or smoked meat sandwich.
Can't go no clothes on swimming. Stop.
Jeez. Oh, that's good, Kathy. Yeah, definitely. Tweet us out and we'll check it out. If we don't get to it right away, please let us know. Bottle caps got nothing. Sorry, I just got stunned when I seen that one. Num. And Donnie was okay. This is what
that was Donnie's question about food.
Yeah, I know. But I thought he would be like doing the lightning round.
Snowballs.
Oh, never thought of that. Yes, I should have.
What is your favorite dessert? That will be the question.
Do I wear a mankini on the beach? No. I married a European. I'm not a European. No. Yeah, well, God. Oh, Kathy's video scared the shit out of me.
She haven't uploaded it yet. What are you talking about?
Favorite movie? Castaway, if I just want to have a Sunday sitting around. And Steve McQueen's Bullet would definitely be in there as well.
Fifth Element and NSYNC with Tom Hanks. For me.
I thought you were going to say Bruce Willis.
No, Bruce Willis I only like in Fifth Element and Moonlight.
Yeah, I know he was in Fifth Element.
I like him as an actor. No, it's a different. I don't like him in all the Tough Nut or whatever was the movies. But Fifth Element.
Yeah, Banana Hammock. That's in England. I forgot about. I haven't heard that in a long time. Oh my God.
Have a beautiful night, girl.
You have to take care of yourself. Thank you so much for coming by. Love having you here. We can go live in Las Vegas. Look at my photos on Facebook, Irvin's.
The chick on The Fifth Element was Ukrainian, by the way, so maybe that's why you're drawn to Slavic women. Which Avenger characters would you both be? I'm not too much of a comic book fan.
That's it, yeah.
So how about Superwoman? Does that work?
That's why I didn't even want us to answer that question.
Because I'm sorry, but I'm not really into that.
Definitely not Captain America. Not that I don't like America. I don't know. Thor. Yeah, Thor. I would Thor.
That thing that you do. Yeah, I like anything with Tom Hanks. Like anything. I know his comic stuff is not as good, but he's like anything. I think he's genius as an actor. As a celebrity crush, well, Bruce Willis, of course, yeah.
Super hot, not as hot as.
Oh, there girl, you go. You're always so softly lovely. Thank you, honey.
Yes, Susie, I said Thor.
And a good naked dip.
Dad's piranha. I can't. Yeah, I was telling him the house we inherited. I was cleaning up the garage and I literally found a metal detector. And when I started finding you guys channels about metal, I was thinking, you know what? That'd be something to do with Chris. You'd probably get a kick out of. So I'm gonna have lots of questions.
I want to see it. I want to do it.
Yeah.
I see the guy here doing it in a field all the time where we are living. Doing it. There's people playing soccer every night, and he goes there every night and searches for coins.
Bottle Cap says he looks like a lot of people say he looks like Bruce Willis. Well, it's hard to tell when you put stuff in front of your face. Only sees the top of your head and your ears. So
he looks like Bruce Willis. Yeah. Well, I will need a proof for that one.
Yeah.
Thor.
Would I have tea with the Queen? Why not?
Of course. It's always interesting to talk with people that have seen so much of history. I watched a movie with Churchill, two movies from the wartime, and I really enjoyed it. I love history.
That's something I want to do. We're getting close to 1600, and we usually don't do milestones that much. Well, except for 1,000, we do the live stream and stuff. But I'd like to do that and give everybody a day to prepare and get hit with like a lightning round for like an hour, get as many in as possible, and have like a big Q&A.
Mickey Mouse wasn't gold. Look up the British show that and hello, good soul, by the way. Detectorists. What's about? And if you go over 11, will you have to go another hour?
Yeah.
I know. Thor is a sexy beast. Ooh, you gotta look up Thor from Avengers.
You haven't seen? Oh, I thought you know what Thor looked like.
No, I don't know who is in Avengers. Unfortunately, I should probably, but I don't.
Oh, that's great, Doug. You got the Dad's Piranha is a great channel.
Single camera comedy series. Our son, the oldest one, just introduced us to YouTube series called Atlanta. Very funny.
By the way, hi, Good Cell Life. Oh, hi, Beth.
Cool.
So good to have you here. Unfortunately, we're just about to end it. They're laughing at me because I have OCD and I never like to end. Like it's either I try to keep it on the half hour or the hour from when we started. Bottle Caps and Doug are having a real ball with that.
It's 8:01.
This time, yeah.
It's 11:01. Zach Galifianakis.
See, according to Bottle Caps, we just went on.
A little bit, I must say.
What's that?
The Donnie Shaw show looks a little bit like Zach Galifianakis.
Yeah.
Does a little bit.
Flubbin, if Andrew can show the brawless jumping chick on loop, you should be able to see a few Thor pictures.
Can't keep doing that, guys. No.
Oh, that's so funny.
Ball Caps, keep talking about it, and I will be getting that ticket there, or you will be, for both of us.
Jeez.
You guys are funny.
But that would be fun though. Like if we gave we were getting close to 1600, or you will get the day over, something like that. I'd like to do that, like a lightning round, and everybody that comes in, like, get these all on Twitter and stuff like that. and really have a good Q&A. Like give you guys a day or so, like kind of think of questions and that. I'd like to do that.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Usually I'm not into that kind of stuff, but are you being funny? Are you being cheeky?
So think up your questions. We're gonna definitely post it out. We're what then? 1580 now?
Somewhere around there. Here's our link, guys. If you haven't added it yet, please add us on the YouTube messengers. It's a great way to keep in touch.
What do we think about world economy? Are you trying to get us over 12 o'clock? And Panic the Videos would like to see a video of Andrew on the beach wearing his secret mankini black socks and using the metal detector. My God.
That paints a sexy
picture.
Yeah,
a
Panama hat. Well, if it's got the Panama hat, then I gotta do it.
Be
you
so
know,
funny.
that. Good God Almighty, what is up with you guys tonight? Let's check our channel here. Sorry, I had to bring it up. To us, 1582. We took a real quick jump on that one from 1500.
Yeah, well, so look at by the end of the week, probably we're gonna be doing the Q&A thing. So think of your questions.
Yeah, Camaro time. I don't even know how to tell you. You're better off just letting that one float by.
A disturbing video. Yeah.
Yeah. What is it? The banana hammock, as they call it in England.
Never heard of it before.
Yeah.
Can we weld Justin Bieber in a metal box and dump him? No. He's Canadian, so.
Jeez. Oh, you guys are too funny.
Yes. Well, see, I didn't see your answer, Marianne, about the question of cooking. Why you guys are on separate couches today? Oh my God! Yes.
Oh my God.
Well, I think Panic D is in trouble, and they are already on separate couches. So I don't know what is the next step. What is going to happen now? Bye, Panic D.
Yeah.
It was nice seeing you. Boris, have a good night on the floor, I guess.
Johnny Shawshaw, yeah, mankini, black socks, and jelly shoes. I'll get right on it. Sounds like something I would do.
Well, yeah. Some people wear white socks with sandals just for fun of style, but those who don't understand what they're doing, I don't know why they're doing it.
Panic D, she's off work. I'm not. Enough said.
So you're doing videos and she's enjoying the free time, although you both are watching our stream. Okay, much appreciated. We figured it all out.
Camaro time better than Crocs, I guess, Donnie. There's another Canadian invention was Crocs.
Yep, Crocs.
Yep.
Invented the same as Hawaiian pizza was
That's right.
invented.
Hawaiian pizza was invented
by Canadian.
Basketball was invented in the States, but by a Canadian professor.
Well, it's gonna be 1st of July coming soon, so I think we'll have to do like Canadian pictures and Canadian.
That'd be a good idea. Yeah.
Thing on the 1st of July, which also coincidentally is our wedding anniversary.
That's right. That's why I thought we'd do it like a day or two before or something like that.
Yeah. So, let's see. July 1st is what?
Oh my God, Cryptic Cowboy. There's a name I haven't seen in a while. How are you?
We're not going to be on 1st of July.
No,
I'm almost sad.
Cryptic Cowboy, you are Canadian, right? If I remember right. I haven't seen your channel. Yes. And you do collaborations with a guy from the UK. They got some crazy stuff going on, guys. If you ever get a chance to check them out, it's been a while. How you doing? Doing well. I hope you're doing well also.
Yeah, July 1st is our wedding anniversary. Yep. It's Canada Day as well, and we got married on Canada Day.
That's right.
Yeah.
A Good Soul Life is their anniversary is July 1st, and Penny D's as well. There you go. Got married on Canada Day.
Oh, guys, my goodness.
I know. It's hard to. Oh, my name is here. They're all coming in droves.
Yeah.
My name, Cryptic Cowboy. All of you guys now are moderators.
Marianne. That's good. That's improvement. Great day to get married. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
It was. And the thing is, you can never forget it. Shared on Reddit, Twitter, Oh my goodness, Polynesians, thank you so much. So sweet of you. Which stream are you guys coming from? And Hawaiian pizza, by the way, the new trend is to have it with either peaches or mandarins on. Interesting. And no, Donnie Show, no violence.
I'm just letting it play while we were talking because we said about for it. So
get blue spanners out for Puša Studios. This is what happens when you stay on past 11. I know. It's 1 month after my birthday, so it was easy for. Oh, is your birthday coming up on 1st of June?
Oh.
Wow.
Excellent.
The good cell.
Yeah.
1st of June. My goodness.
See, there's 5 of us all together, and except for Chris, thank God it was in September to give a break. We're all like through December and January, the beginning of January on top of it. So it's nice when everybody's right around Christmas, where it's not an expensive enough month as it is.
Sexy beast.
Yeah, she not. Jeez.
Bits of Real Panther. Hello, hello. You're playing catch up on comments. Yeah, catch up with K. It's like the song November Rain. It just never ends. Yeah, we know it's hard. Thank you for coming. Say hi. You are 32 on the 22nd of June, Johnny.
32. God, you're a young man.
Ball caps. Andrew look amazing. So if you're talking about that one, I don't think you are looking like my favorite. Crash.
Did you say? So he's saying I look stupid.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bottle Caps. Very kind of you to say.
Yeah. I loved how he looked. Was very how is it called? Like very not the caveman, but like the next stage.
Yes.
Yeah. You're getting old. Oh my goodness. Younger than me. I will have to invent some kind of like a YouTuber's calendar or something. 22nd of June, Donnie's birthday.
Well, I don't think you look stupid at your wedding, but the way you worded it pretty much sounded like you were going down that road. So why do you think then you look stupid at your wedding?
Gray hair is cool. It's I think especially for men, it's kind of like the sign of it looks smarter. I don't know. I think it's
like I would never dye my hair in a million years ever. I don't care if it goes Snow White tomorrow.
It shows the experience, you know, the skill, the knowledge. Yeah, I think it's hot.
There you go. Thank you. Wisdom and knowledge.
Distinguished. That's right. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you, Marianne. Thank you.
No, and the woman that cuts my hair one time was saying that, you know, about men dyeing their hair, and she said like it's more of a woman thing. It's to me, she said it's like kind of like putting on like makeup or something like that. It's
but I think it kind of we have gone in the fashions through different stages. You know, men were the ones that were coloring their hair first, really. You know, a couple hundred years ago. Well, it's changed since then.
Well, at one time too, they were wearing wigs, so I mean,
exactly.
It's like,
and in some parts, they still wear skirts.
People said I look like a bounce when wearing a suit. Okay, you got to help us out. That's a bit of Brit lingo, I think, that we're not sure what it means. So I'm not saying yes or no. Donnie's wife has purple hair. What's you on? Well, yeah.
Your wife is very cute. I loved your guys' last picture that you have on your Twitter, the profile picture. So cute.
Oh, men can keep on working in show business late in life, but women usually hit the wall at 35.
Thank you. I will be gladly reminding you that in January when it's my birthday.
Oh my God almighty.
Yeah, I think bottle caps, maybe we should stop that train from running because this wasn't good. This is right on with some other stuff you have said before. Bouncer. Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I never even thought of it. Because then I was thinking, because I know like sometimes a British thing that could have meant anything. So I just was playing it safe.
What's up, custom cards? Well, what's up is that we were trying to do a short Q&A till 11, and now we're past 11.
So yeah, if you guys got more questions, pile them in here.
I don't know how I pulled my wife. I think you guys look both so cute. I love that latest Twitter picture that you put up. Seinfeld.
Said you're so good looking.
From Seinfeld. Yeah.
Now I'm making the connection.
Yeah.
That's good reference.
Take Tom Cruise, for example, still making movie, but he's co-star in Top Gun. Kelly McGillis. Have you seen a picture of her recently? Yeah, well, it depends. Like by the way, just was telling on Instagram, your beloved Miss Kathy, that she doesn't look like her age at all. And if you would be on Instagram, you would have seen it too. But you're not.
And Cryptic Cowboy, there's a great example of his humor. Once again, you got to go check them out. They got some really crazy stuff going on over there. Great stuff, though. Very innovative. I love channels that kind of think out of the box. Actually, Donnie, you gotta connect yourself with Cryptic Cowboy, and I forget the name of your sidekick. The guy, he's from Scotland, I believe. If I'm not mistaken. So yeah, you definitely gotta hit you guys' sales together. I think you guys would really appreciate each other.
Well, for those of you who don't know, Donnie also has another Twitter account where he roofs up his both kids' YouTube accounts and his.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Donnie, if you can put a link in or tell the name because I can't remember off the top of my head.
Yes, Special Agent Rob. Yes, that's right.
When is he not? Good sell. But he sent me strawberries today, although I still don't know if it's a good or a bad thing because it was kind of teaser. But strawberries look good. $10 is $10.
Excellent, Donnie. That's cool. I'm glad. Yeah, I think.
By the way, Panic D, you get your $10 on Saturday, I think, from Craft Beer Pours for the bet of falling off the couch.
I still go. I was going back. If you go in, there's like I say, somebody has it marked. I think Rob93 or somebody has the timeline with where it happened.
Yeah, in the comments, somebody put the timeline where the falling off is on Saturday stream. So go check it out.
I was Cryptic. We had Donnie Shaw on the other night, and I was telling him about Kids in the Hall. So yeah, definitely. And he's kind of grew up, even though he's younger than me, we appreciate some of the old British humor. Like we're one of the few that actually like Monty Python and Benny Hill. So
amazing, a crappy little cell phone takes such a good picture. Now, are you talking about Cassie now? Okay, we are past 11:15, and I think we can post a link for somebody who is streaming out there.
Yeah.
And need their viewers.
So has anybody planned to stream here in the next couple of minutes or something like that?
Except for Donnie, that is going to be at 2 a.m. Eastern.
It's not 2 a.m.
It is.
2 p.m. 1400 hours is 2 p.m. He's going to be on tomorrow afternoon our time.
But he said it's our time. It's going to be future against past.
Cryptic Cowboy, you want to send your special agent here for a couple of minutes? I need help.
Yeah, strawberries. Oh, okay. Well, that's good. So, well, that's good. At least you don't say anything bad about Cassie, although you could always say something about me, apparently. But that's okay. Thank you, Polynesian Vlogger. I think bottle caps need some nicking there. Polynesian.
Sorry, he's on a case. Okay. Oh yeah, we definitely don't want to slow him down then.
Oh yes, yeah. My name is the only one.
Oh yes,
that
I'm sorry.
not to be
I am
on.
sorry.
I just did.
Okay, I apologize for that. I know now that you don't want to be. I completely forget every time. As soon as somebody new comes in, as soon as I see gray, I just do it automatically because we want everybody to feel like part of the group. So no, you don't, and you don't have to do anything as mod here, by the way. If you're worried about any responsibilities or anything like that, there's none. But
yeah.
So don't ever take it personally.
It's more of a symbol of equality for everybody. Yeah. No responsibility really, unless we have an invasion of somebody.
Yes, because that's the only time we usually don't is if it's somebody that's been caught, like, which is very rare here.
Yeah,
there's been just a tiny few that have caused trouble. So we love you too, Polynesian. You're amazing. What's his new case? Chemtrails are being done by atheist militants. Oh, there you go. You guys are really hot on the trail. The good soul life nobody in this group can be trusted with responsibility. Yeah, so that's why I'm saying that my name because I almost guarantee you at some point I will do it again. Just let us know and I'll take you right off. I just like you say, like you see all the blue going and then there's you. So I feel more bad when I see that. So right away I'm like, oh, we missed somebody. So I have a horrible memory and just glad you're here. So the reason why we started doing it is because in a lot of channels, mods are kind of a way of, I know it sounds condescending, but I've seen this since the 90s and I've always hated it because it's kind of like, I call them ladies in waiting. It's all in a power trip and they're kissing the host's ass and they're ready to block people at a moment's notice and trying to give stiff talk. Usually, a lot of times, to be honest, it's people that outside of a computer would be terrified to even say hello to you. So I don't really like the whole mod thing. So it was just better to make everybody a mod so they everybody was on the same playing field and therefore nobody felt like they want like a hierarchy or anything. Because we don't even consider ourselves a hierarchy. We can do all we want, but this channel is only doing great because we have great people in the chat and great guests. We're just sometimes the smallest part of the equation, I consider ourselves. So,
Donnie, I just realized there is Donna Shaw channel.
Yeah, she's a singer. We have her.
Yeah, I know.
Yep.
I just never put it together.
We had her, and then it was one of the famous, and same for her. We were just talking the other night, and we both got unsubbed from each other.
It's Donna Shaw.
North American Trains, you have an excellent night. Thank you so much for coming. And Donnie was quoting, oh yeah, what did the Romans ever do for us? Exactly.
And ball caps disappeared. Got offended, probably. Although, who should be offended now?
He's still here. And we love you, bottle caps. You know that.
You've been called Donna. Well, unless you're doubling there. Yeah, there's. I just was looking, and there she is, Donna Shaw. Okay. Well,
I'm going to give you guys some homework tonight before you go. I want you guys to watch, which I consider one of the funniest clips from Benny Hill. Yeah, dot, bottle caps. So this is your homework tonight, guys. I want you to watch this one, and we can talk about it tomorrow. We're gonna start doing like an Oprah book club, but accept this stuff. You take care of yourself, my name, and thank you so much for coming. Always great to have you here.
School is out of summer, or summer out of school. Oh, okay.
School. You love Benny Hill? Excellent. I love that. Benny Hill and Bizarre was some of my favorite shows. Bizarre, people don't know, it was the first HBO series, and it was filmed in Canada, and that's the show that gave birth to Super Dave Osborne. And yeah, he was kind of actually, John Byner, the host, ended up, I found out later on, he had more appearances than any other comedian on the Johnny Carson show. Oh, which Benny Hill? Here's the link again. There you go. That's the Benny Hill link. So That'll be it. Yeah, I know. It's super. And he had his own specialty show, but I just something about him when he was on Bazaar.
Steven, that's pretty good too.
The Red Green Show. Steve Bowman. How are you?
Super Dave. My goodness, yeah.
The Red Green Show is this crazy Canadian show. Oh my God Almighty!
Yeah, I remember you showing it to me.
I remember he was doing his handyman. You know, if they don't find you handsome, at least they'll find the handy routine. And he was talking about health. Yes, duct tape, exactly. And he was talking about how to eat healthier. He wired the toaster and he put in the toast. You barely had time to push the button down and shot up like Char Black. And he said, "This is good too. It'll help you build big, strong, healthy cramps." I don't know why it still cracks me up to this day. Yeah. Guys, I know, and Xenia's hoving and it is late. We got to end it. So I'm going to give you the link once more for the Benny Hill. Settle down, hon. And you guys watch the Beachcombers bottle cap. There you go. Yeah, I love Kids in the Hall. Bobby Meets the Devil and stuff like that. I mean, that's what we cut our teeth on, and they were so ahead of their time.
Well, when I was watching a Red Green Show, I wasn't Canadian, neither Eastern or Western.
And you were living in Saskatchewan.
And I was living in Saskatchewan.
I can see stink eye.
Yeah, exactly. You know when I'm reading your line, you can see it. And as Steph Uppel was saying, she can see my faces every time I read something. So definitely that was for you. Stephen
Bowman, no, we're not on Atlantic time. We're on Eastern time. Yeah, it starts in New Brunswick. Where I grew up is right by the New Brunswick border. And we used to say that was the longest bridge in the world because it took an hour to cross it. And Steve, yeah, you like Kids in the Hall as well? Did you guys know that there's a TV show in the States called Superstore? And the store manager is Mike McKinley, the tall blonde guy from it. I didn't even recognize him because he put on so much weight and everything. Here, 1 second. I know some of you guys have seen this already. Kids in the Hall. My internet's working like hell tonight. I don't know what's going on anymore. I'm getting so fed up with this. I don't know what the problem is.
The Trailer Park Boys, yeah, the older ones, the newer ones. I don't know, the new seasons. They're kind of, it's okay, but me personally, just the older ones.
It was so ahead. Another show that was so, well, Canada kind of does a lot of that kind of like ahead of its time stuff. The budgets are lower. Nobody's expecting it to go anywhere, so they get a lot more leeway than the States. And on top of it too, you're allowed a little more, a little more profanity, a little more nudity. Most part, you can kind of.
Terrell, where do you see Susie saying bye? You always see everything.
She gets visions.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's.
Pull the plug out of Miss Pusa. Really?
No, I'm gonna do good. I'm gonna let it go, guys. You guys take care.
So no, he wanted to pull plug out of me.
Sometimes the term is a stick. Oh, Sherry Erickson, yeah, we're just about to sign off.
I think you will have to send those strawberries by post soon.
Guys, tonight or tomorrow, well, yeah, kind of, no, not yet. Okay, well, tomorrow night at 8 p.m., we're going to have a really, real great guest on tomorrow night.
And for the question, how often are we streaming, is we are here every day from Monday to Saturday, so 6 nights a week at 8 p.m. Eastern. And we have guests every night except for Tuesday. And tomorrow we are going to be having Paper Free Chris.
Who is a Canadian.
He's a Canadian. He's a vlogger and comedian from Canada.
Yep.
So yeah, check it out every night except from Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern with a new guest. And
oh, he meant pull the plug in the wall dance, so he was telling you so you could end it, so you wouldn't have to do it anymore.
That's not what it said. I don't understand you anymore. You.
Oh my God, guys. Good night. Take care. Love yous all. 8 p.m. tomorrow night Eastern. Hope we can see us all back then. Cheers, guys. Love yous all and keep creating. Bye now. There, I just put the mic in front. Bye now.